I think we've got everything set up. Let me double check here. There we got USA, Brazil, World Baseball Classic, game one of, I guess, pool play. Like the official start, kind of World Baseball Classic, which I'm very excited about. Japan reigning and defending champions from 2023. And so it should be pretty interesting. We'll see. I think Shohei already had a grand slam against Korea earlier today. Just trying to find. All right, yeah, it looks like everything's working at the moment. So I'll be trying to do a bit of play-by-play here. Obviously, I cannot broadcast the official live stream, like the actual video broadcast, as I guess the World Baseball Classic owns the copyright to that, because it's not the MLB, because this is a separate tournament. But yeah, so you get this instead, the Gamecast, which still is pretty good. It actually provides a lot of info, and I'll be trying to throw in what I can as well. Let me see if I can find here real quick for Brazil their pitchers. It is Contreras, I think is who it is. Yeah, Joseph Contreras, who is 17 years old. And like still basically pitching in high school, committed to Vanderbilt, and is now pitching in, well, maybe we'll see if he actually winds up pitching, but is potentially pitching in the World Baseball Classic. Still pretty crazy though. Yeah, for Fox at least is the end of Wheel of Fortune for my broadcast, the actual broadcast going on. So we're getting there. Still a couple minutes out from first pitch time. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, this is quite the lineup for Team USA. Don't know why they're not starting Gunnar Henderson. I really think they should be starting Gunnar Henderson over Bregman or Tarang at this point. I think it would be a good idea. Well, we'll see. It's a long tournament. Not like this is the only game in the world. We're in a Dakin Park, home of the Houston Astros. I think former Minute Maid Park, if I remember correctly. So we're almost there. Don't know. I'm assuming they're going to try and get it done on time. Don't know if they're going to, like, we'll have to do national anthems and all that. And it's going to, like, first pitch will be at like 8:07 or something. But figured get around earlier than later for this. Starting pitcher for the Team USA. I'm about to say Baltimore Orioles, but no. This is not an Orioles game. This does have one Oriole in it, in Gunnar Henderson, but starting pitcher is Logan Webb, longtime pitcher of the San Francisco Giants. Starting pitcher for Brazil is Bo Takahashi, former minor leaguer, largely with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Signed, if I looked up correctly, signed with them back in 2013. Played in various minor league systems. I believe has played a lot in Korea as well. So we'll see there. For Brazil, they do have on their lineup the brother of Bo Bichette, Dante Bichette Jr. And Bo Bichette, the Bichette boys, essentially, however you want to call them. Their mother is Brazilian, is what I've read up. That's why they're playing for Team Brazil. Though Bo Bichette is, I think, still rehabbing from an injury that he had back in last September. So that is why he's not playing. Dante Bichette Jr. has not played in. Well, didn't ever make it to the majors. Played in various minor league systems for many years. I think he's like 33 now or something like that. So this is most likely his final World Baseball Classic here. Lucas Ramirez is leading off for Team Brazil. Let me try and look up the Team Brazil lineup. See if that has anything. Yeah, this is. We got Adam Amin on the broadcast. Adam Wainwright as well. Former Arizona Cardinal, or not Arizona. That's football. St. Louis Cardinal for long time. But yeah, this is certainly a very, very stacked Team USA. I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. The Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Cal Robbie, Bobby Witt Jr. Some pretty good bats here for Team USA. Then you also throw in on the pitching side. If I go over here, you got what? Paul Skeens. Yeah, that's just bench for hitting. Paul Goldschmidt, Gunnar Henderson, Will Smith, Peter Armstrong, Ernie Clement. But then bullpen wise, Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens. Pretty good right there. Michael Boyd as well. Clay Holmes. Clayton Kershaw still playing, which is crazy. Mason Miller. David Bednar. Michael Wacha. Gavin Whitlock. Ryan Yarborough. It's this is a stacked team for Team USA. I'm definitely gonna say that right now. This should be very, very interesting. We're still not towards first pitch yet. I think there's a tracker for I think the baseball that they have up in like the up here in the left. It's tracking like the warm up throws. It's really funny. So we're not quite there yet, but I'm getting there soon. So Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge. That is, and Kyle Schwarber is cleanup. Pretty good top four right there. This will be, USA is definitely favored to win this matchup. I don't know how they're favored between them and Japan. I'm assuming they're the top two. I think Dominican Republic's also got a decent shot at this, but we'll see. Getting an ad for like a show about the Old Testament, I'm pretty sure. Which is interesting. A biblical 3-week event. Focused on the ladies of the Old Testament. I did not know this is the thing. Okay, we should be starting soon with actual football. Or not football, baseball. I have a lot of football in mind just because I've been seeing so much football news because of free agency. Since that is, it doesn't start kind of quote unquote officially till Monday, but there's a lot of preliminary moves going on so far, and that is what's been on my mind a lot lately. But now it's baseball. We're almost there. 10 minutes after starting. We're still waiting. Let's see. What else can I go over? Who is Lucas Ramirez is their leadoff guy. Former minor leaguer in the Los Angeles Angels system. Young guy, actually. He's how old is he? What does it say? Only 20 years old. So yeah, very young. I think is the Angels signed him out of high school from what I saw. I will do my best to pronounce names as well as I can, but no promises. No promises at all. Let's see. So it was still not quite at first pitch yet. I think the live. Oh, now we got some outfield tossing around going on. I had Bobby was on there for a second. I'm guessing from the looks of things, looks like Team USA is the away team, so they will be batting first. So we'll see Bobby Witt Jr. starting out at the plate. But once again, it's not starting it. It's looking to me like an 8-12, 8-11 kind of first pitch. Still on commercials on my TV broadcast that I have up. Although now they're actually back on the broadcast away from commercials. Don't know. I'm assuming they're going to do national anthems. Unless they've already done it and they just did it off screen. I don't know. But we got a shot of Team USA dugout. Bryce Harper, Alex Bregman, Roman Anthony. I'm actually trying to remember where Alex Bregman is at the moment. Bregman is on... What team is he on? Because he's on the Cubs, right? Yeah, he just signed the big contract with the Cubs. Because he was on the Red Sox last year, and then he was a longtime Astro before it. Right. Now I remember. So Bregman will be batting fifth, playing third base. Schwarber, DH. And I'll run through the lineup for Team USA. So Bobby Witt Jr. is your leadoff man playing shortstop. Bobby Witt Jr., the superstar shortstop for the Kansas City Royals. Bryce Harper, first baseman, longtime Washington National and current Philadelphia Philly. So also longtime Philadelphia Philly. Now I think about it. I wonder if he's actually played as many years in Philly as he has in Washington. I don't know off the top of my head. Anyway, batting third will be Aaron Judge, the superstar outfielder, right field for the New York Yankees. Batting fourth is Kyle Schwarber, the longtime outfielder, first baseman, designated hitter. Now he's largely been designated hitter, has most recently been playing for the Phillies over the past couple of years, was on the Cubs. I think he won the World Series. Like, he was on the World Series winning team, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But he was... I remember him being on the Cubs. Let me see if I do this. He was on the Cubs when they won the World Series, then was in Washington for a year, and then has been on Philly since 2022. I'll actually go and double check Harper, because he was in Washington since 2011, and he's been in Philly since 2019. So there's actually now he's been almost in the same amount of time in Philly that he was in Washington. But anyway, batting fifth, Alex Bregman. Third baseman, longtime Houston Astro, so he's actually returning home. Was on the Red Sox last year. Now is on the Chicago Cubs after a big payday. Batting sixth, Cal Raleigh, catcher for the Seattle Mariners. Just had the greatest season hitting-wise as a catcher in baseball history. Probably should have won MVP. Just going to say that. Batting, he is batting sixth, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, batting seventh, eighth. I was looking at totals. That's why. Yeah, the batting seventh, Roman Anthony, the young kind of superstar prospect for the Boston Red Sox. So he's going to be in his third year in the majors, at least according to that. Then batting eighth is Byron Buxton, center fielder, longtime Minnesota Twin. Has played his entire 13-year career, basically, with the Twins. And then rounding it out is Bryce Terang, second baseman of the Milwaukee Brewers, been playing for them since 2019. Bo Takahashi is taking the mound for Team Brazil. My broadcast is actually behind the the MLB broadcast. I don't know why or the MLB website. That's what it is. So I'm gonna try and use the TV broadcast. I don't know. I don't really have a way to like pause this, unfortunately. I was a little worried about that, but yeah. So I'm actually like very far behind. So that's very unfortunate. So kind of ignore what's going on screen. Strike one there for Bo Takahashi. Ah, that's really annoying. All right. Because I don't want to get rid of this because this is really good. But I also have a much easier way to call it with the TV broadcast, and I don't want to just do this radio. Yeah, strike two for Takahashi on a fastball. So there's like no way to pause the delay. That's really unfortunate. Well, I guess I'll call it this way. So pitch three on the TV broadcast. Ball low and away. How am I going to do this? That's very interesting. I'll try and figure out a way. There's no way to pause this. That's frustrating. Well, yeah, Bobby White hit a single. All right, I'm a little annoyed that I couldn't, that this is my TV broadcast behind me because I'm better at calling the TV broadcast than just this static image, essentially. But Bobby Witt will reach on a infield single, chopper right over the pitcher. That's what happened there. So, is there a way I can delay this broadcast, actually? I don't think there is. Let me actually look this up real quick. Very good. Play there by Witt to run it out. Let's see if I can do. See if I can figure out how to do a delay midstream because my TV broadcast once again is well behind the the MLB game day, and I want to keep the game day up because it is very cool and shows a lot of info. My TV broadcast right now has Bryce Harper at a 2-0 count. The MLB game day is a bit further ahead. Let's see, advanced stream delay. Where would the stream delay option be? So still 2-0 count for Bryce Harper on my screen. Now take strike one. Don't see a stream delay there. Aaron Judge is on deck on the 2-1 count. I am troubleshooting things. This is also my first time doing a broadcast like this, so I'm learning things on the fly. Bryce Harper has foul tip strike two on my TV broadcast. I have my thing covered at the moment, so you might see what's going to happen here in a sec. There we go. All right. I think I might be able to get a delay here in a sec. Don't know how this is going to exactly work, but I think Bryce Harper takes high. All right. Let me try that, see if that works. All right. I think I'm still a little bit behind. It looks like Bryce Harper is going to strike out here, according to that. Don't know if that's going to work. Because this is like, I'm like a minute behind on my TV broadcast is the annoying part. Don't know if that's working yet. No, because it's just showing, it's the same thing. It's not, I don't know. I'll just disable it. All right. Oh, I think Judge might have just hit a home run. I will call it live when it happens on my TV broadcast. Hits it on a 3-0 count from the looks of things. That's really frustrating that this is not happening live for my broadcast so behind. All right. Yep. Center cut, sweeper, Judge, left field, gone. 2-run homer. USA up 2-0. Pretty easy right there. Let me see if I refresh my broadcast on that. See if that works. Nope, still behind. All right, gonna try and attempt to figure out how to delay this again. All right, apologize for anyone watching live. Trying to figure out a way to delay the feed of the game day broadcast so I can sync it up with my TV broadcast because that is easier to call on. But I'm figuring that out at the moment. Yeah, Schwarber hits this ball to center field for the for another single. Let me try this again. I'm gonna try the stream delay again option. I'm gonna do like a I'm gonna try this here real quick. See if this works. Let's see, I'm gonna test right now, see how this works. Okay, it's actually pretty close. That's 2-1 count. Let me try adding another minute to the delay. All right, so it's still 3-2. So I think it's probably going to still be a little bit ahead on the game day, but might be a bit better. Actually, I might have caught up. Might be okay. Hey, Bregman takes inside for ball 4. So I actually don't know if game day is just frozen or not, but if it is, that's fine because I want to do audio play-by-play anyway. Actually, we'll just try refreshing to see if it's not game day suddenly not broken. Okay, now it has him walking. Okay. I think we should be okay for the moment. Got a mound visit already for Team Brazil. Let me see if I can figure out who's managing them. Cannot tell who that is. Could be pitching coach Andre Resno, I think is Rienzo. Andre Rienzo, I think that's who it was, their pitching coach. Can't tell you anything about him, but that's who it is. Takashi staying in. 2 on, 1 out. Cal Raleigh is up. Big thumper. So this is definitely a watch out again. Raleigh will take ball 1, inside changeup. Yeah, they're showing the 7th player history with 60 plus home runs. If Game Day ever wants to come back and show it, we'll see what it is. Raleigh will swing through a fastball 91, 1-1. Fastball kind of inside. Try. I think because I went. Oh, now it might not be. So yeah, ball 2 on a curveball down or slider down low actually. Now I'm back to being behind again. It's like because I went away from the tab, and then it went back. The Raleigh, because I'm just on the foul ball now, the second foul ball on the broadcast, so I'm not on the ground out yet. Because I went back to the, I don't know. Raleigh's going to chop it to the pitcher, who's going to throw it back over to first. Get the out, though it will advance the runners to second and third. Roman Anthony's up. Let me try and do another, like refresh the stream delay, see if that works. All right, see if this works again. Apologies for this. So Roman Anthony's going to take ball 1 on a curveball. And still very far behind. And then he will swing through strike 1 on a fastball high. What if I go to, I don't know. And then he fouls off the next pitch on a changeup, 1-2. So Anthony will take ball too high. Although obviously we kind of know what's going to happen. Wait, let me try and switch over. Yeah, Anthony grounds out over to first base to end the inning. Aaron Judge with the 2-run home run to give Team USA the lead. Not sure how the stream is how I'm gonna figure this out. So we're on commercial in between innings. Not sure I can get rid of this, whatever this is. Don't know if that's bad for my stream. Trying to figure out a way to delay this broadcast a little bit. So, or the game cast, because I like having the game cast up, but my TV broadcast that I use for play-by-play stuff is behind because I'm using friggin' Xfinity Wi-Fi, and it's like always an hour behind, or it feels like. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit frustrating because my TV broadcast isn't like, they're not even back on the first pitch yet, and it's crazy. And now that, like, I already know there's a home run for Team Brazil. So Lucas Ramirez home run on second pitch. I will call it when it happens on my TV broadcast. So this might have to be I don't know. If I go here to ESPN. Oh, this is like actually kind of behind a little bit. Yeah. High fly ball, right field, home run. Let me leave it on. I don't know why this is now. Don't know why this is behind. All right, Conan, I need you to go away. I guess I'm gonna stay on here then, because I would be behind here, and ESPN's having a weird time on this. But yeah. Oh, now it's just maybe the ESPN interns getting things fixed. I don't know. No. All right. Well, I will keep the broadcast on here for the moment, so I don't spoil myself. And if ESPN can fix their thing, they will. So Carvalho is up next for Brazil, currently a 2-0 count. Just get a nice view of Team America's defense. Not sure why ESPN's so barren here, because there's plenty of stuff here, and you can get a look of what's going on. But this is ahead, And then this is 2 bare bones. So I don't know if there's a way to find a middle ground between the two. But I'm gonna go with this for the moment. And what if I don't know if I want to refresh though. So ball 3 here for Carvalho, 3-1 count. Logan Webb pitching for Team USA. He's already given up a home run. (3-1) is just high, but clips the zone with a 93-mile-an-hour sinker. I don't think there's any an ABS system in the World Baseball Classic. I don't believe they're using it. Carvalho will hit a 4-seamer high left field on the warning track, but just inside enough. Caught by Rowan Anthony for the out. Let me see if I can find another game cast that is better between those two. Let's see. Because this is just the thing that I was already on. Yep. Strike 1 for Reginato on a sinker. Down low, swings through it. Let's see, what does this have? This might work, actually. There's a couple pitches ahead. Ball 1 for Reginato on the outside. It's just I don't want to spoil myself is the thing. And I'm trying to, like, I would go to the MLB one, ball 2, sorry. 2-1, yep. And now I'm going to know what happens to Reginato, so I guess we're just going to go back here and you're just going to get the bare bones until ESPN fixes their thing. Not sure why it's having problems. Okay, Reginato grounds ball, second base, where he is promptly thrown out. Should be, who is that second base for the U.S.? That is Bryce Terang. With the put out, we get Dante Bichette Jr. with the lime green hair that he has dyed quite the look. Very, very interesting look. Let me test the chat as well. Oops. Wait. Oh, it's because the ad ended. Okay. Bichette, 1-0, fouls pitch back, 1-1. Once again, just no idea why I can't get this stream to sync correctly. Let me see how's it looking if I go to YouTube itself. All right. Half swing there. Are they calling it a strike? Just Bichette did go around. So 1-2 here for Dante Bichette Jr. Let me actually I can take off the stream delay now. Bichette will hold off on a sweeper outside, 2-2. Right. Let's take off the stream delay. Because we're just going to go with this now. Ball 3 outside on a sweeper, basically a duplicate pitch. 3-2 here for the older brother of Bo Bichette, Dante Bichette Jr. 2-1 USA, bottom of the first, 2 outs. Logan Webb delivers. And strike 3 called on a sinker. Looked to may have been outside, but Webb gets the call. So he does surrender a home run to the leadoff batter. But in the end, it is just the 1 run. So USA leads Brazil 2-1 in the after 1 inning. Looks like I actually got a couple viewers here now. So welcome. For if you haven't heard yet, my TV broadcast that I'm using to actually call the plays is a bit behind because I'm using Xfinity Wi-Fi, and Xfinity Wi-Fi it's not good for that. So I'm using the very not great ESPN broadcast instead of this one, which with the big old advertisement on it. But I would like to use the MLB's version because it has a ton of information on it and it's very presented very nicely compared to this one that the intern just has not really updated at all. But hey, what if I go to box score? What if that works better? Have they updated the box score? No, they have not. I don't know who the ESPN intern is who's supposed to be updating this, but they're doing a very poor job. So, because it's nice to have, the visual, but this is so far ahead that I don't want to like spoil myself on what's happening. So yeah, that's what I get. That's what's going to happen here. So it's just going to kind of be think of it like a radio broadcast with like a little bit of added visuals here and there. I think that's going to be what I'm going to try and do, essentially, unless I can find a better one. What if I do this? While we're in between innings, essentially, gonna try and look around. That's not the score. That is a different game. That is tomorrow's game. Okay. If I do, okay, it's Friday, March 6th. Why is it not showing USA? Where is USA Brazil? What? Why is it not there? Okay, here. Why is it listed Saturday? Okay, well, this actually just gets me back to that. So, okay. I don't know. Just going to live with this for the moment. Hope ESPN's intern can figure it out. If you have any ideas in the chat, because I've tried stream delay and that didn't seem to work, feel free to drop it in the chat. But I will just keep this here so you can kind of see. They don't even have Brazil's defense listed. We do have Joseph Contreras up on the mound. And this is a guy that I'm interested to see because he is 17 years old, committed to Vanderbilt University. Could theoretically be drafted in this coming draft in 2026. Son of Chicago White Sox World Series champion Jose Contreras. It's thrown ball one to Byron Buxton. Buxton's now swung through strike one, fastball up high, 97 miles per hour, by the way. He's 17 years old and throwing 97. That is crazy. And yeah, imagine you're 17 years old, you're like coming out of high school, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, go throw against like Byron Buxton, Cal Raleigh, Aaron Judge. Strike two on a changeup to Byron Buxton. 1-2 for the count. This is I'm obviously rooting for Team USA, but this is pretty cool. 17 years old. He is a kid. Like, he's not legally of age in America. He's a minor, and he is throwing in the World Baseball Classic. Throws a changeup, down and away, ball 2. 2-2 is the count. But yeah, there could certainly be a chance for Joseph Contreras to be drafted this year. His fastball 96 up high, so full count, 3-2. Against Byron Buxton. Sets, delivers, throws. Buxton hits it over to right field, and it will be a line out over to the right fielder. Let's see, does ESPN have who is listed? Nope, their lineup is unavailable. Let me peek over here real quick. And we get to see that Bryce Terang is going to double on the first pitch. Who is the right fielder for Brazil? That is Ramirez. Lucas Ramirez, the guy who hit the home run in the first inning for Team Brazil. And here goes Bryce Terang on the first pitch. Hits it high over to middle left field. It will be off the wall. Bounces fielded by the left fielder who throws it into second base. But not before Bryce Terang with a double. Now we'll bring it back to Bobby Wood Jr. So the ESPN's broadcast here actually is kind of updated a little bit. So we get loop back over to the top of the order in Bobby Witt Jr., who I believe he had an infield single in the first inning. Contreras, the 17-year-old, throws a 78-mile-per-hour changeup for strike one to Bobby Witt Jr. Bryce Terang at second. Runner in scoring position already. Contreras delivers, throws ball way outside for ball one on a cutter. Good stop there by the catcher. Had that been a pass ball, or a wild pitch, would have easily gotten Terang over to third, but instead he remains at second. Contreras delivers on a curveball just outside for ball two. Contreras' next pitch is a cutter outside. Witt barely didn't go around, so it is ball three. 3-1 here for Bobby Witt Jr. Oh, ESPN's broadcast is having some issues again. Oh, now we're back. Don't know what's going on there. That one was not me. That was not me. Next pitch is a ball outside again, change up, ball four. So walk there for Bobby Witt Jr. Runners on first and second and one out. And this is heart of the order here for Team USA. So Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, Cal Raleigh. Quite the murderous row of hitters, so to speak. It is Bryce Harper up now, the second in the order. Harper 0 for 1 so far today. Contreras up to 12 pitches already. Delivers his first to Harper, low and inside around the knees for ball one on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. So there's certainly a lot of movement and a lot of power, but right now, not a lot of control. But again, this kid is only 17 years old. Still kind of crazy. Next pitch for Contreras is down in the dirt on a changeup, ball two. So Contreras kind of struggling to throw strikes a little bit here at the moment. But I mean, you obviously don't really want to throw too many balls just in the zone for, someone like Bryce Harper or, later Aaron Judge. Next pitch for Contreras. That one is in the zone. Changeup for strike one. 2-1 is the count. Bryce Harper. Sorry, there's so much football on my mind right now. Next pitch for Contreras is a ball just inside on a cutter. It's got a pretty wide range of pitches as well. But a lot of them have been inside or on the left side of the plate. A lot of the batters have been lefties, so that's why I'm saying inside. We'll see. Next pitch is fastball high. Harper swings at it, fouls it off, so full count here, 3-2. Yeah, I'm curious what you throw Bryce Harper here. High fastball is the call. Harper does not chase, so it is instead a walk to load the bases for none other than Aaron Judge, who has already homered once in this game to make it 2-0 at the time. Now he has the bases loaded. He's homered on a 3-0 pitch. Basically, it was a ball right down the middle on like a splitter or something like that. Very just kind of serving it right up. So yeah, this is not the situation you want to be in right now for Joseph Contreras, though he does blow a fastball right by Aaron Judge for strike one. It was high. Judge swung at it and swung on and missed. So 0-1 is the count. Pitch number 2 is a changeup inside to Aaron Judge for ball one. So 1-1 is the count. Bases loaded, 2-1. So slows the pitch time down by about like 10 to 15 miles per hour between the fastball and changeup. Pitch number 3, fastball again. Judge shears off his bat, grounds it to third. Throw to second is in time. Throw to first is in time. Double play. Team Brazil gets out of the inning. No runs. Judge with a double play. Whoa, rough there for Team USA. Inning-ending double play by the captain. So he is in peak postseason form right there. You know, as a fan of the Orioles, I got to be a little bit of a hater on Aaron Judge. But, you know, I'll still root for him because it's Team USA. But you know, I got to throw my jabs in while I can. So I'm gonna keep trying to figure out a way to sync this up better. Again, this is my first time streaming like this or with a sports broadcast. So I'm trying to find a way to make things work for all those who have tuned in, if it's even for just a second. Thank you very much. I will be watching a video on my phone to see if I can figure out how to play this thing correctly. All right, so we're back in bottom of the second. Aaron Judge has grounded out, sheared his bat like in half, inning-ending double play. They're showing the replay right now on the broadcast. Team Brazil is fired up after that, and they should be. That was a huge opportunity for Team USA to tack on some more runs, and instead, they did not. So still 2-1. USA still obviously holds the lead, but you know, Brazil definitely not out of this. Still really early in the game, so we'll see. So attempted like bunt there by Ito on the first pitch. The first pitch was high, so ball 1. Logan Webb back out to pitch again. Surrendered a homer in the first inning. Oof, that was a nasty stinker. Ito swings through the pitch, 1-1. Vitor Ito. Batter, 5'10", 179. And on the broadcast, what he's listed at. Webb sets, delivers again. There's another changeup actually grounded over to first. Fielded there. So I think that's Bryce Harper at first, actually. That was. So Bryce Harper gets the 3 unassisted, I believe is how you would score it. My baseball scoring knowledge is not the best, but I think that's how you would score it. So pitch there for Logan Webb to Rojo is gobbled up at shortstop. Thrown over by Bobby Witt over to Bryce Harper for the ground out. Great play there by the superstar shortstop. Good pick there by Bryce Harper as well. And I guess, I think the intern at ESPN finally woke up and is actually adjusting things. Occasionally, they still haven't inputted the lineup for Team Brazil, but they inputted the actual hits and homers. Versus batter data unavailable. It's actually Maskai, lefty here, takes strike one. Oh, of course, now the ESPN stream's faster as well, so I can't use this anymore either. Oh well. So foul ball there by Maskai. 0-2. All right. Well, what do I do now? Ball 1-2 Maskai. This is very annoying that I can't. So ball 2-2 Maskai. Now my ESPN broadcast, which I've been using before, is now delayed. Foul ball there by Maskai. Keeps it at 2-2, 2 outs. Team USA got 2 quick outs on ground outs to first and shortstop. I'll keep this on here for the moment and then try and figure it out once we go to the middle of the inning. So pitch number 6 is up high on a sinker. And hey, I think we know what's going to happen next. This guy's going to strike out swinging. Yeah, good changeup down low. Gets him swinging. So through 2 innings, 2-1 USA. Team Brazil with the lone home run. My problem is I want to keep, some kind of visual up that aids with things, but that will spoil stuff essentially. So I don't know. Might just try and find like a box score. How does a box score work? That might actually work better. Might have to go with this for tonight, just because I don't know if this is actually going to be better. It would be nice if there's like a dark mode for ESPN. I wouldn't mind that. So what if I go here? Story work? No, that's not it. Yeah, I'll just go with the box score here on ESPN. Because I wanted to do an audio play-by-play. That's what I wanted to do with a little bit of visual aid. But my visual aid is faster than my TV broadcast. So that's unfortunate there. And I'll have to figure that out. How to fix that. I'm trying, but have not been able to fully figure it out yet. All right, let's see. It was on the box score. Why did this switch over to Gamecast? What? I want to switch over to box score. Because I need to keep things hidden so I don't spoil myself. Right. They're interviewing Mark DeRosa over in the dugout. 1-0 count to Kyle Schwarber at the moment. Contreras is back on there. Schwarber will hit a ball over the second baseman's head into right field for a no-out single to start the inning. Kyle Schwarber, the power hitting guy who's played in the National League, like terrorized National League pitching for basically a decade plus at this point. It's been a while. So he reaches first. Next up is Alex Bregman, who walked in the first inning. Or no, in the second inning, sorry. Actually, it might have been the first inning. I don't know. His first plate appearance was a walk. So Contreras pitching to Bregman, 1-0 count, now 2-0 count on a sinker that goes well high. So 2-0 count here for Contreras against Bregman. Bregman will take strike one at the top of the zone on a fastball, four-seam fastball. Kyle Schwarber lingering at first base. That ball is well past the catcher on a wild pitch on a changeup. Schwarber will take second easily on that. 3-1 count for Alex Bregman as well on the wild pitch. Schwarber is tying his shoelace there. So 3-1 count here. No outs. Top of the third. USA up 2-1. Contreras sets, delivers. Alex Bregman swings, chops it over to third base. Throw over to first is in time. Schwarber looks like he will advance to third base, though. So not exactly an unproductive out. It is an out, but Schwarber in range for sacrifice fly play if that is needed. And, you got a guy now, Cal Raleigh, can certainly knock it up there if you need to. Schwarber is 90 feet away, and we get a big thumper here at the plate. 0 for 1 so far in the day. Takes strike on the inside part of the plate on a fastball. Kind of ran back in a little bit. Could have been called a ball. Could have been called a strike. Either way, goes in favor of Joseph Contreras. Up to 29 pitches. Next pitch is down and inside on a changeup. That one most certainly a ball. 1-1. That Cal Raleigh coming off of that 60 home run season, absolutely insane. Will take ball 2 on a sinker way outside. Contreras, control not the best, or I guess maybe it's command. I don't know how you call it. The ability to locate the strike zone is not been the greatest strength of his so far tonight, but he has thrown some pretty clutch pitches when he's needed to. 2-1 for Raleigh is a fastball inside, 3-1. And probably not the worst guy to walk in the world with the amount of power behind his bat. And Kyle Schwarber lingering at third base. Now, once again, Joseph Contreras, the pitcher for Team Brazil, is 17 years old, a Vanderbilt commit as well, and potential 2026 MLB draft pick, depending on how it goes. Certainly a bit of an audition here for him in front of the world, in a sense. So Contreras 3-1 here. Pitch to Raleigh is a ball, skips away from the catcher, and that will bring in Kyle Schwarber on the second wild pitch of the inning. So 3-1 here for Team USA. And Cal Raleigh also will advance to first base on the walk. So that pitch just kind of got spiked right, even below the plate. Not a good pitch at all. And Schwarber is able to dash home for run number 3 for Team USA. So runner on first, 1 out. The ground out by Bregman was certainly productive now, given that Raleigh was able to advance home after the second wild pitch. So we've had a single wild pitch, ground out, advance to third, and then another wild pitch on a walk. That is what has resulted in the run score and the run on first. Looks like Joseph Contreras is being subbed out of the game, so his night is over after pitching 1 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts, no home runs given up. He's also responsible for Cal Raleigh on first base, so that ERA I guess ERA could go up. Bo Takahashi pitched the first inning and gave up a 2-run home run to Aaron Judge. Logan Webb has pitched both innings so far for Team USA. Let me see if I can figure out a potential way to fix the stream as well. Doesn't look like there's a way to pause that. And I don't know a way to get my TV broadcast to be faster. So I don't know. I think I might just be stuck with a box score. So we are still top of the third, only 1 out. Cal Raleigh is on first after the walk by Joseph Contreras, who is now chilling in the dugout for Team Brazil. Responsible for Cal Raleigh at first. Gave up the 1 run on 2 wild pitches, single, 2 wild pitches, and a ground out as well. Thiago da Silva is now the new pitcher for Team Brazil. Apparently he is 40 years old, so going from a 17-year-old pitcher to a 40-year-old pitcher, kind of crazy. His first pitch is a slider inside at 81 to Roman Anthony. It's, gotta love World Baseball Classic sometimes. You just get, guys who are very old, very young at the same time. Next pitch for Da Silva is a changeup outside for ball 2. Actually, ball 3, excuse me. I'm off by a pitch. So 3-0 count actually here for Roman Anthony. I missed one while I was looking up some stuff for the stream. So pitch for Da Silva on 3-0 is outside. Walk there on 4 pitches to Roman Anthony. Team Brazil struggling a little bit to consistently find the strike zone. And first and second, 1 out here for Byron Buxton. But to be fair, Team Brazil did get out of jam last inning. See if they are able to do that here. Fastball from Da Silva, 88-mile-per-hour fastball is outside 1-0 here. Don't think Da Silva's been able to throw a strike yet. Buxton the righty, Silva also the righty. Silva delivers. There's a strike. Changeup on the inside corner. Buxton also swung through it, so kind of would have been a strike either way. 1-1. So Da Silva on the 1-1 count sets to deliver. Looks back. Cal Raleigh at second. Delivers. There's a grounder to first base. Throw over to second is in time, though no throw back over to first base wouldn't be in time. So fielder's choice there on the play. Buxton is safe at first. Raleigh safe at third. Roman Anthony out at second. So 2 outs, runners at the corners for Team USA. Still 3-1 here. And I'll figure out a way to fix the stream maybe next time. I think this is just kind of how it's going to be for the rest of the game. So you can just get a view of the stats of how people are hitting. And if they ever end up adjusting. Actually, no, I think they have adjusted. So it is Bryce Terang. Yeah, it is Terang. Who is up, takes ball 1 on a changeup low. Terang, the longtime Milwaukee Brewer, will swing and foul off a slider, 1-1. So De Silva, 8 pitches so far. Has not surrendered a run yet. Terang could certainly fix that. Throws back over to first base from De Silva, not in time. Buxton is safe at first. Fox is actually showing that there is a mercy rule, so team leads by 7+ runs through, or 10+ runs through the first 7 innings, or 15+ runs through the first 5, I think is what it was. That would be a mercy rule. Buxton actually stole second on the next pitch. It was a ball down low, so 2-1. First base is now open. Bryce Terang still up. Oh, now we got stats back. Gonna try and go away from that. Pitch now is foul ball by Terang, 2-2. Up and away over on the third base line. So 2-2 here for Bryce Terang. I guess this broadcast might also be a bit faster as well, but I think this is the best way I have it at the moment. So the pitch for De Silva sitting at 2-2. Runners on second and third, 2 outs here. Pitch is a flipped here by Terang over into left field. That is an out for Team Brazil and an end for the side. So USA does get a run, but only one. So Team Brazil still well within striking distance here, but Team USA definitely having a much better time at the plate than Team Brazil so far. Brazil with only just the 1 hit. Team USA with 5, as well as 5 walks. Brazil only has the 1 hit. That was a solo shot to start the game for Team Brazil. Obviously not start of the game, period, since the Team USA led them off earlier. Their Team USA led off the game. Team Brazil was bottom of the first, but was the leadoff home run in the bottom of the first, essentially. So I'm not sure if there's anything I can do to fix my stream delay, or the fact that my TV delay is so much that I can't really use any of the regular Gamecasts because they are just so far ahead. But we'll see. I'll see if I can figure one out. so we're back after bottom of the third here for Team USA and Brazil. Logan Webb back on to pitch once more. Gabriel Do Carmo is the batter number 7, the catcher for Team Brazil. Took a strike 0-1 on the first pitch. Now chops a ball over on the left side of the field. Webb fields it, throws it over to first, gets the out in time. 1 away in the bottom of the third for Team USA. And I guess that was actually batter number 8. I think he was number 7 in terms of jersey number. But he was batting number 8 in the order, which is kind of funny. So the lone run for Team Brazil was the Lucas Ramirez home run and the first batter of the order. And strike 1 called on Maciel. Logan Webb has thrown 32 pitches so far in the game through 2 1/3. Foul tip there by Maciel makes it 0-2. Logan Webb, after the initial home run, has quieted things down quite considerably. And Logan Webb, for the moment, has only surrendered the 1 hit, kind of shutting down Team Brazil's roster. Pitch is well inside for ball 1. 1-2 for the big righty for the San Francisco Giants. I might try after this inning, try and find the stream elsewhere and see if that is faster than my current Xfinity one. Might have to go consult other sources. But for now, Webb sets, delivers, throws, called strike 3 inside, very, very close to the edge. Be interesting to see how, in a world of ABS challenges, if that would stand as a strike or not. Really, really close. Looks like it might have clipped the box, maybe not. Good frame job by Cal Raleigh. So it just kind of runs right back in. Really close either way. So called strike 3 there, 2 outs. Back to Lucas Ramirez, who has the lone hit and the lone run for Team Brazil. Son of Manny Ramirez. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, he is, legendary Red Sox player, Manny Ramirez. Lucas Ramirez takes ball 2-0 for the count. So he is, I think, played in the minor leagues a little bit in terms of States baseball, but has not seen the majors yet. Swings through a changeup, 2-1. Lucas Ramirez, I think, is also like 20 years old, I'm pretty sure. So it's not like he's all that. Yeah, he's a young guy. He's quite young, so he's still got plenty of time left. Now it faces Logan Webb. It's already knocked him once. Swings through a sweeper, strike 2. 2-2 is the count. 2 outs, bottom third. So I think Logan Webb is looking to get revenge after that first inning home run shot. I think, time called here. It might have had a pitch timer violation. I think we had a pitch timer violation on Lucas Ramirez, and he gets called for strike 3 because of it. That's crazy. So yeah, inning over. Strike 3, I think, due to a pitch timer violation. Wow. Don't see that too often. Let me see if I can get a faster stream going here in terms of my TV broadcast. We shall see. If not, oh well. Just gonna stay like this. Oh, where's all the sports? Where do the sports be? There we go. That's what I wanted. So I think I want you. I shall not say the name of what is going on. Or what I'm using, but no, that's not going to work. What about you? Do you have what I want? Not at the moment. Don't have the stream yet. Yes. Why does it have... That's weird. I will try and find a better stream here, hopefully. Just need USA and Brazil. That's all I want. Come on, where can I find it? Where can I find what I want? That's not what I want either. Let's try here. Let's try this. See if this works. Is it gonna work? Not working yet. Might have to save it for the bottom of the next inning. Let me, in the meantime, I will flip it back over to this because this is going to have it and tell you what's going on. So this is, looks like Bobby Witt Jr. is back up. 2-2 for the count here for Mr. Witt. So yeah, 3-1 is the count here. Or it was 3-1, now 3-2. 3-1's the score. It was 2-2 was the count. I am trying my best to find a better stream to sync up with this kind of stuff. Has not been the case yet. I think the sort of like live thing up there is might be having some issues. I think they're relaying the ball back after a foul ball. Not missing anything at the moment in the game from the looks of things. Long timeout here from the looks of it for Bobby Witt Jr. I will try and get this thing working. Can't even find one now, which is annoying. So it looks like ground out there for Bobby Witt. It's just not working at all. All right, well, let me try down here one more time. No, I might just go back to Xfinity and be 40 billion seconds behind. Out there for Bryce Harper. So 2 down for Team USA in the top of the 4th. So we'll get Aaron Judge, who had last at bat had grounded into an inning-ending double play. Actually, that'll be next up because instead it was Bryce Harper who flies out to center. So missed nothing and top of the 4th for Team USA there. Let me go back over here real quick. There's nothing to it at the moment. It's kind of annoying. Max Crosby going to the Raiders for 2 first-round picks in 2026 and 2027. Just got the notification on ESPN. Wow. I'm so glad they didn't trade him to the Cowboys. Whew. I saw they were like in the running for that. And I did not want to see Max Crosby twice a year for the next like 4 or 5 years. So very glad that's not the case. Very, 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 very glad. That is still, that's huge. Ravens just got a whole lot better. They really needed a pass rusher. That's something they've been lacking for a while. And now they have one. That is huge. That's someone they've been missing for. When was the last time they had like a truly amazing pass rusher? Like what? Terrell Suggs maybe? Ooh, I might have found a stream that works. Don't know how delayed this one's going to be, but we'll see. If I go back here, because yeah, this is on commercial. Well, my new broadcast is still behind. So Carvalho is up. He takes ball 1. Is this broadcast ever going to come back? Strike there on Carvalho. 1-1. Now swings at another changeup. 1-2. I'm a little bit behind on that broadcast. Let's go back to Xfinity then. Logan Webb still pitching. Swings through strike two. So basically, you're just gonna be watching a little bit ahead of how I'm gonna call it. I'm just going to ignore what's happening on screen and call what I see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to just like delay the video is the problem. Because delay and just keep the audio. That's kind of annoying. So another foul ball, kind of swinging strike. So still 1-2 here for Carvalho. I think a bit of a batter timeout here. So, and Carvalho is what they're calling him on the broadcast. So that's what I'm going to go to. So Carvalho will take the pitch from Logan Webb that goes inside. So 2-2 here for Carvalho. Webb pitching for the fourth inning now. He delivers. Carvalho fouls that one off over to the first base coach. Tosses it over to the dugout. Carvalho has to go and grab a new bat from the dugout. It looks like he broke his. Yeah, that Max Crosby trade is crazy. The Ravens, I think, were they're ready to rebuild for like, or not even rebuild, but like ready to, tool for the future for like a hot minute. And now they've shipped it away for Max Crosby, which, I get. He's a pretty big name. 2-2 here for Carvalho working against Webb. Webb sets, delivers, throws, strike three on a changeup down low. Nice pitch there for Logan Webb. Fifth strikeout of the game for the San Francisco Giant. Next up, Reginato takes strike one low on a sinker. And next pitch is changeup, bounced over to shortstop. Looks like it might have actually been caught on a line. Yeah. Looked like it was a bounce, but I guess it was a line out instead. Over to Bobby Witt Jr. because he just immediately threw it to second. So I think that kind of signals it. So quick 2 outs here, or quick second out after first out. Brazil has not had a hit since the first at-bat home run for Lucas Ramirez. Now it is Dante Bichette Jr. takes ball 1 at the knees. Now, second pitch here is swings through pitch sweeper on the outside, 1-1. Nope. Okay. Strike 2 on a swing and miss from Dante Bichette on a pitch inside. And I think you all are going to know what's going to happen in just a second. And I looked as well. Strike 3, a really nice changeup on the outside bottom corner for Logan Webb. Through 4 innings, just the 1 hit. See if Team USA's offense can get things going again. Let me see if I can, once again, try and find a better stream. Okay. I am trying to find a better stream because I don't know how to delay the video broadcast on here. Since if I were to delay the video broadcast, then I could use the visual stuff and make it easier for you all watching. But in the end, doesn't seem to be working. All right, I think the game is back. Thiago Vieira is the new pitcher for Team Brazil. Played 5 seasons in the MLB, 2-3 record, 5.81 ERA, 66 and 2/3 innings pitched. So Vieira will be throwing against Kyle Schwarber, who is 2 for 2 in the game. I believe 2 singles for both of his at bats. So Team USA, Logan Webb's having a really good game outside of the 1 home run he surrendered. Vieira throws a slider for strike 1. 1-1 is the count. But it's the Team Brazil's offense is not having a good time out of their 1 home run. Team USA's offense certainly gotten guys on base. They've just struggled a little bit on getting them home. Schwarber with a bit of a broken bat, flares over to first. Good sliding stop there by the second baseman. And pitcher covers. So Rojo to Vieira for the out at first base. Schwarber grounds it out. First baseman kind of misses the slide. Second baseman covers him. Good defensive play there by Team Brazil. Next up is Alex Bregman, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Behind. So Bregman 0 for 1 on the day. 1-0 is the count from Vieira, who throws slider down the middle, 1-1. Next pitch from Vieira is inside, almost hits Bregman. 1-2 on the fastball. Next pitch is a slider that is just high, so now 3-1. So Bregman looking to work another walk here for Team USA. Already have 6 on the day. Actually, they're going to have 6 here now that I'm looking at it. I looked over to check the stats, and the stats are just a little bit ahead. So this pitch is going to be a ball low and away for the 6th walk for Team USA. Nice little rhyme there. Let's see. I think think Vieira, actually, the pitcher, is injured a little bit. So they're mound visit to kind of check him out with his training staff. So not missing anything in the game at the moment. Oh, that delay is behind. Trying to get my broadcast to work again. So it looks like Viago is going to, or Vieira, not Viago. It's Tiago, or it might be Chiago is how you pronounce it. Vieira is staying in the game to go up against Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh. Tongue kind of just got stuck in my tongue, or top of my throat. I'm just going to stop. 1-0 here for Cal Raleigh, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. I believe scored the third run for Team USA back in the, third inning, I think is what it was. Takes ball 2 on a fastball low and away for the big lefty. So righty pitcher, lefty hitter. Vieira sets to deliver again. Raleigh swings through a slider, 2-1. Was kind of down on the inside. Good pitch there. So 2-1 here for Cal Raleigh. Alex Bregman reached on a walk. He is at first, 1 out, courtesy of a Kyle Schwarber groundout. Ball 3 is high on a slider, high and away, nowhere close. Raleigh holds off. 3-1, certainly a favorable count for the power hitting lefty catcher for the Seattle Mariners. Roman Anthony is on deck for Team USA, who's looking to score their first win in the World Baseball Classic in 2026. Not the first win ever. I think Team Brazil is actually looking to score their first win ever in World Baseball Classic. The 3-1 pitch is way outside on the fastball by Vieira. Walk to Cal Raleigh, his second of the game, 7th overall for Team USA. Roman Anthony is now up to bat. The young, highly touted prospect for the Boston Red Sox. Roman Anthony is 0 for 1 with a walk. Looks like we'll get another mound visit. Don't know if we're going to have a pitching substitution or not, but we shall see. We are actually going to have a pitching substitution. That is what is going to occur. So I think part of this is due to an injury that Vieira might have suffered, like a leg injury, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, still don't know how I can fix this delay on my broadcast. So Gabriel Barbosa is the new pitcher for Team Brazil. Was a Philadelphia minor leaguer in 2025. 4-3 record, 3.62 ERA, 78 innings pitched, 69 to 29 strikeouts to walk ratio. Team Brazil certainly needs to cut down on the walks. They've already thrown 7 through 4 1/3 innings. Both base runners in this inning are courtesy of walks. Roman Anthony is up next. 1-0 count here, courtesy of Barbosa, who is now throwing his second ball on a slider just outside the zone. So I think there might have actually been a pitch clock violation on Barbosa. That's why it was 1-0. I didn't see him throw a pitch before. That next pitch is a sinker that is way outside. So it is now 3-0. Once again, Brazil struggling to find the strike zone in terms of pitching. So we're just not seeing a ton of offense as a whole. A lot of walks so far. We might see another one here on a 3-0 count. Anthony will hold on a pitch high on a slider. Well, they're a very delayed reaction to the fact that it was a walk. I think there must have been a pitch time violation, and that's why it was people were kind of confused. But yeah, that is the third walk issued by Team Brazil in this inning. Barbosa throws basically a 3-pitch walk, pretty much. Yeah, there's a bit of confusion here, but it is bases loaded, 1 out for Team USA. Is already, I think the umpires are explaining the whole pitch clock violation here to Team Brazil's managerial staff. And this is not the first time Team USA has had a bases loaded 1 out situation. They had one in the second inning, and Aaron Judge promptly grounded out into a double play. Still a bit of a delay here on the explanation and all that. And I think it's that, not pitch clock might not be an international thing. I think it's been largely an MLB thing. So this is, it's got a little, not necessarily a heated argument, but the explanation has certainly taken its time. The explanation is still going on, by the way. Still got trying to get a bit of an argument between Matsumoto, the manager for Team Brazil, Brazilian, Japanese, I think dual citizen or something like that. But he is the manager. It looks like the explanation is finally over, so we're going to go back to play some baseball. So we're back. Barbosa threw a 3-pitch walk to Roman Anthony. Now it is Byron Buxton, who's 0-2 with the bases loaded. Swings through strike 1 on a slider down low. So 8 walks so far for Team Brazil. For Team USA, thrown by Team Brazil pitching. Not good so far for them. They're lucky right now. USA's only scored 3 runs out of it, but could certainly, with one swing of the bat here, change. Buxton will foul tip strike 2 into the catcher's glove. So 0-2 here for Barbosa. So Alex Bregman on third. Cal Raleigh at second. Roman Anthony at first. 1 out, 0-2. Ball 1 there from Barbosa on a slider kind of low and away. Good stop there by the catcher. Buxton not offering at the pitch away from him. That was most certainly a ball. Probably wouldn't have hit it if he tried to swing at it, so good decision there from Buxton. The Minnesota Twins center fielder looks down, righty on righty matchup here. Pitch here from Barbosa. Kind of jam shot, foul ball back over behind home plate. So nothing, no harm, no foul there. He's on a bit of a slider. Barbosa's thrown a good number of sliders here so far in this inning. Some have landed, some have not. Barbosa shakes off shakes off 4 pitches in a row before deciding on what he wants to throw. Sets, throws. Ooh, and he hits Buxton. Ooh, that will drive in a run. Buxton looks like it might have kind of got up near the hands. Kind of pitch just ran right inside. Hope Buxton's okay. Never want to see, injuries, especially in the World Baseball Classic. Buxton's still not gone to first base yet. He is grimacing in pain, talking with some of the trainers, Alex Bregman as well. Kind of gets him on like the right wrist. It kind of like snuck under his left one. Or actually might have got him more in the gut. I don't know. Like kind of waiting for it might have hit wrist. Yeah, kind of right wrist at the moment. They're flexing his hand. They've certainly got plenty of guys on the bench to fill in, but Buxton is trotting over to first base, so looks like nothing too bad in terms of permanent damage. Don't want to see that. I think everyone in Minnesota is gasping for air at the moment after that. So we now have Bryce Terang, who is 1 for 2 with a double, the 9th hitter in Team USA's lineup. Still with bases loaded, 4 and 1. So Barbosa had command and then lost it against Buxton. Let's see how he does against the lefty Terang. First pitch is a ball on a sinker, high and away. USA is certainly in prime position to really blow the doors open of this game. Barbosa sets, throws, delivers. There's a slider right down the middle. That is high into left field on the warning track. It is off the wall. That will drive in multiple runs, most likely all 3. Left fielder finally gets to it, but not before a bases clearing 3-run double by Bryce Terang, making it 6. Right now it's saying 6-1. It should be 7-1. Yeah, 7-1 for Team USA. Bryce Terang drives 3 in off of the 2 walks and the hit by pitch. Actually, 2 walks, hit by pitch. Didn't look like it was getting far off the bat, but it just kept carrying, hit off the base of the wall over in left field. It was like, it just didn't look like it was all going to be all that much. It looked like it might have died on the warning track, but left fielder kind of missed it. I guess in the better positioning, he might have been able to catch it, but in the end, it was not the case. So now order flips back over to Bobby Witt Jr., who was 1 for 2 with a walk. So I think if Team USA is able to score 8 more runs here, the game would just end. But my guess is that's not going to happen, but you never know. So I think it was they flashed the rule. There was a mercy rule, whereas if they were up by 15 after 5, like plus 15 runs after 5 innings, they would just call it. But there's certainly a chance where they score, I think it's like also plus 10 runs after 7, then they would call a mercy rule there. So that's certainly in the cards at the moment. We had a 3-0 count here for Bobby Witt, so Barbosa has completely lost the strike zone now. Team USA already up to 6 hits, 8 walks. Had a home run from Aaron Judge in the first inning. Team Brazil still only has the 1 hit on the first pitch, first batter they saw. That is a 4-pitch walk to Bobby Witt, so he will trot over to first base. Barbosa still has not recorded an out in the top of the 5th. Now get Bryce Harper, so things are just not going to get any easier for Team Brazil at the moment. They were keeping it close for a solid minute, and now the doors have been blown open. The expected outcome has occurred at the moment. Just haven't seen a strike thrown in a little bit. See if one gets thrown to Bryce Harper. First pitch is swung on by Harper, popped up into the infield. Shortstop is calling for it. So the pitch was like kind of bottom of the zone, might have been a ball. Harper was getting a little antsy, so he pops out on one pitch. 2 down. Aaron Judge, the captain of Team USA, who has hit a home run, has also grounded into a double play in this game. One for 3 total. Can certainly really put this game away with another big swing here. Working against Barbosa. Righty on righty. First pitch is a fastball outside. We get a double steal, actually, from both Turang and Bobby Witt. So runners move from first and second to second and third. And that leaves first base open for Judge, who will look and take ball 2 just inside on a slider. Get a shot of some guys in very colonial, like 1800s, like military naval style gear, which is kind of funny. 2-0 for Judge. Barbosa delivers. That is swung on by Judge, popped high into the air, shallow right field. Second baseman is calling for it. He will make the play. That will end the inning here for Team USA, though they do put up 4 off of a hit by pitch that drives in a run on Byron Buxton, and then a bases clearing double by Bryce Turang. 7-1 Team USA. See if they keep Logan Webb out there or if they turn to someone else. Right now, Team Brazil has struggled mightily at the plate, with only the 1 hit coming off of the son of Manny Ramirez, Lucas Ramirez, who knocked a home run in the first inning. Other than that, they've been completely blanked. Logan Webb has pitched a very good game. And I don't know. We'll see if they keep him out there or not, or if they go to a different arm. They've certainly got a lot of arms out there. That is for sure. Back to bottom of the 5th inning here in the Team USA versus Brazil matchup. 7-1. Looks like Logan Webb's day is done. Not super surprised about that. The USA has a pretty commanding lead now. Yeah, Logan Webb with a really nice start for Team USA to begin this here World Baseball Classic in 2026. Only gives up the 1 run. Looks like they're turning to Michael Wacha now. I believe former Kansas City Royal. Throws a strike 4-seam fastball down the middle. Actually, don't remember where Wacha is off the top of my head at the moment. So 0-1 to the batter Ito, who fouls off the next pitch, 0-2. So 0-2 here for Ito, working against Michael Wacha. Wacha sets, delivers, throws, hits, strike 3. Looked like it was hit for a sec, but nope. Missed right off the edge of the bat, and it is a strikeout, 3-pitch strikeout for Michael Wacha. So Vitor Ito goes down. One down very quickly. USA pitching has been quite dominant here. Foul ball on the first pitch, four-seam fastball against Rojo. 0-1, bottom fifth, 1 out. Wacha looks pretty tall on the mound here. Delivers on a cutter high and high and in essentially for ball 1. 1-1's account for Lucas Rojo, the second baseman for Team Brazil. That ball is spiked in the dirt. Rojo did go around enough, so they call it strike 2. 1-2 here for batter Lucas Rojo, who is 0-1 so far in the game. 1-2, Wacha in control right now. Thrown 6 pitches, 5 strikes, 1 ball. Looks to throw 7th here. It is swung on and missed on a slider, down and away. Strikeout number 2 for Michael Wacha in this inning alone. Nice little pitch there. Looked like just drops straight down on the bottom left corner of the plate pretty much. Pretty devious pitch. Rojo could do nothing there. Pretty tough pitch to hit. So Maskai up now will swing through a fastball in the zone for strike 1. Maskai struck out his first time up, now in an 0-1 hole. Wacha will throw a fastball right down the middle for strike 2. Maskai did not swing at it. Pico Armstrong has subbed in for Byron Buxton at center field. Most likely just as a precaution after Buxton got hit in the hand on a pitch. Just want to, make sure he doesn't. Like, he was able to run first base and wound up scoring on that bases clearing double by Bryce Terang. But pretty obvious as to why they kept him out. Just, make sure nothing else happens. That is a fastball low by Wacha. So 1-2 against Maskai after a brief batter's time. Wacha's got some nice USA flag cleats, which is pretty cool. Don't know if everyone's wearing those or not. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball right side of the zone. So 3 straight strikeouts for Team USA. Quickly brushes through the inning for American pitching. Sets down the Brazilians. We go to the top of the 6th with, I believe it will be Kyle Schwarber up to bat. That is who we will see next. He has already scored a run. He has 2 singles in the game, grounded out as well, or might have blown out, but he is 2 for 3 in the day, scored a run. All in all, Team USA is doing pretty well so far in this game, all things considered. And once again, in football news, Max Crosby's been traded to the Ravens. It's pretty big for 2 first-round picks. That is, Ravens just got a lot better. Now the Raiders have 2 first-round picks, or two first-round picks, just 2 first-round picks in this year's draft. Just looking at through Twitter right now. So the Raiders, Jets, Browns, Chiefs, and Cowboys all have a pair of first-round picks here in 2026. Draft should be pretty interesting. But it should be quite the interesting season in 2026 for the NFL. So we are in the bottom, and we should be top 6 now, I think, for this game. We get a new pitcher for Team Brazil. Joao Gabriel Marostica, I think is how it's pronounced. I'm just going to go with Marostica. 6'4", 203. I think it's 21 years old is how old he is. So Marostica working against Kyle Schwarber throws a fastball high up and way over the zone for ball 1. Ball 2 there on a slider low in the dirt from Marostica against Kyle Schwarber. So Brazil, once again, really struggling to find the strike zone. So Schwarber, who is returning to the Phillies after a big year deal, or a big deal with big multi-year deal. I think it's like 4 years, 160 million, something like that. Throws, gets a strike thrown to him on a curveball, 2-1. Schwarber with 2 singles in the game. So Marostica sets to throw, righty on lefty here. Throws a slider in the dirt for ball 3. Schwarber does not chase. 3-1. Feels like a lot of 3-ball counts here for Team USA. They already have 9 walks on the game. We're not even through 6 total innings, not even through 5 1/3 total innings. Compared to that, the Brazilians do not have a single walk. They only have the single hit. Now make that 10 walks for Team USA. Kyle Schwarber will take a trip to first base. That is a lot of guys on the team have some walks. We'll see if we probably going to see some of the bench guys. Might see a Gunnar Henderson sighting at some point. Alex Bregman is on for Team USA. Probably like next couple innings, my guess. Bregman will take a ball, look, sinker high. Could have probably been called a strike. Might have clipped the zone. But we do have Pico Armstrong in the game now, as Byron Buxton did take a pitch to the hands. So I think precautionary there, taking him out of the game. Bregman will look at ball 2 on a curveball just below the zone. 2-0 count for Alex Bregman. Brazil's pitching just has not quite been it tonight whatsoever. Bregman will look at pitch number 3, which is a sinker that is high. That one most certainly was ball. So once again, another 3-0 count. We'll get a managerial visit here. So, like, not even a pitching coach visit. This is a just direct mound visit by the manager. Not a pitching substitution, but just maybe just kind of tell him throw strikes, I would assume. Because it's getting late, and I want to go do other things. This is not really been the most interesting baseball game in the world, that's for sure. I'm just going to say that right now. I was hoping it was going to be a bit more competitive, but say lovey. But yeah, Marostica, 3-0 count against Bregman, has already walked 1 batter in this inning. will throw, and that is a fastball, sinker actually. It looked just like a straight up fastball. Low in the zone, 4-pitch walk, ball 4. So we'll get Cal Raleigh up to bat once more. And just nothing even really been offered by Maristica this inning. It's just all outside the zone right now. So we get Cal Raleigh up to bat. He will take ball 1. It was close to the zone. Wasn't in the zone, but it was close. Raleigh's walked twice. Doesn't have a hit yet. 0 for 1. Ground out 2 walks. Has scored a run after one of those walks. But yeah, we'll see if he has a pitch to try and hit. Throw back to second by Maristica. Schwarber is safe in there at second. So just check on the runner. I don't think Schwarber is going to be stealing. Doesn't really seem like the type of guy to do so. But you never know. Could be something fun. Anyway, Maristica, 10 pitches. Might have thrown 1 strike. Raleigh maxed that one high in the sky, right to center field. Got well under it. Was kind of inside. So center fielder puts that one away. That was Maciel who made the catch. So 1 away. So we got some action finally in the top 6. No home run for Cal Raleigh. Got well under that one. Skied it a mile, but oh well. Now we get Roman Anthony back up to bat. Walked the last time. He's walked twice this game. Anthony will swing at the first pitch, a sinker in the zone, fouls that one away. So an actual positive strike count for Maristica. Roman Anthony also 0 for 1 with 2 walks. So Maristica is actually looking to challenge these guys now after getting a bit of a talking to from his manager. And has gotten a bit more aggressive with his pitches. 0-1 count here for Roman Anthony. We'll see how it goes. Next pitch is smacked high into center field. That will not carry. Center fielder once again. Maciel will track that one down. It's a bit more of a, not necessarily a pop out, more of a line out for Roman Anthony. But 2 pitches and gets Roman Anthony out. So, throwing in the strike zone is actually starting to work out for Maristica. Walked the first 2 guys, now got the second 2 to pop out. So Schwarber, Bregman walk, then Raleigh, Anthony pop out. Now we get Pico Armstrong's first appearance, the young star for the Chicago Cubs. Subbing in for Byron Buxton, who got hit on the hand. Armstrong will ground the first pitch out to first base, and that will do it for the inning. So after 2 initial walks by Maristica, he is able to buckle down and secure 3 straight outs, keeping this game at 7-1. We'll see if the Brazilian hitting can do anything, or if not, I'm just going to keep going through. So 7-1 here. 1 hit to 7. 0 walks to 11. Harper, the only batter to strike out for Team USA. 9 strikeouts on the Brazilian side. Don't know if we'll see Michael Wacha pitch a second inning of work or if they're going to turn to someone else. I don't know. We'll see. The USA pitching depth is obviously quite deep, so they might try and get some other arms working out. But yeah, we'll see. I still can't believe that Joseph Contreras is 17, born in 2008. It's crazy. And he got Aaron Judge to ground out into an inning-ending double play. Like, that is, if nothing else in his baseball career happens, he has that to say. I got Aaron Judge to ground out like multi-time MVP Aaron Judge to ground out in the World Baseball Classic to end an inning. That is pretty crazy. So yeah, 7-1 for the Team USA. Yeah, the boys in red, white, and blue. They are up now in the bottom of the 6th, 7-1. See who is going to be pitching for them now. Team USA will be taking on Great Britain tomorrow, then Mexico on Monday, and Italy on Tuesday. I think that's Michael Walker. Yeah, it is Walker still pitching for... Yep, Michael Walker still in for Team USA. Will be pitching at least to start for the bottom of the 6th. So Do Carmo will attempt to bunt for to start off, but takes a strike instead. See, it doesn't even look like he's... Oh, he is listed. He's just, they don't have the Do Carmo. It's just Carmo. But the catcher for Team Brazil attempted to bunt on the first one. Well, flare pitch out into shallow center field that will actually drop for a base hit right in front of PCA. So Do Carmo with a little bit of a flip of a bat on a fastball bottom of the zone. That's Brazil's second hit of the game. Man on first, no outs. See if Brazil will rally or if they will get shut down instead. So Gabriel Maciel, who got a good bit of action in the top of the inning, caught 2 outs, will swing through a fastball for strike 1. So 0-1 here for Maciel. With a man on first actual base runner for Team Brazil. They've only had the home run. Maciel will swing through a changeup for strike 2. 0-2 here for the center fielder. We'll see. Curious if Do Carmo is going to try and steal. I don't know how fast he is, but if Brazil tries to manufacture any sort of run. Instead, Maciel will look at the 0-2, will swing through a changeup for strike 3. So 3 straight pitches, 3 straight swings and misses for Maciel. Waka gets his 4th strikeout of the game. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Now returns to the top of the order. Lucas Ramirez, who has the lone run for Team USA, will take strike 1 on a changeup down low in the zone. Ramirez homered back in the first inning. Son of the legendary Boston Red Sox hitter Manny Ramirez will shatter his bat on a flare into the infield. Will be caught in the air by the shortstop, Bobby Witt, who basically throws it away, trying to get the force out back at first because Do Carmo just didn't run back to first for some reason. I don't know why. And then Bobby Witt just kind of missed the throw. Like he catches it and just it actually hits off of Do Carmo's back. That's what happened. So Do Carmo is actually going to go to second after a broken bat flare, like fly out to shortstop. So an out that advances the runner on the infield. On a fly out that advances the runner on the infield. Don't see that every day, but it's also more just an unfortunate little bit of throw there for Bobby Witt. I think they're charging him an error, but it's like where he caught the ball kind of carried him right into the path of where Do Carmo was running back to. He shouldn't have been anywhere near that spot. He should have been back on first base. Carvalho, I think it's spelled Carvalho, but I think it's pronounced differently. I do not know Portuguese at all. But he fouls off pitch number 1 from Michael Waka. So there is a man on second for Team Brazil. See if they can cash it in. He will take strike 2. That is a wicked changeup. Like, started at his shoulder and then just like curls right back into the top left corner of the zone. That is insane. We had a little bit of action here in the bottom of the 6th. And 0-2 count, and Carvalho proceeds to swing, miss, strike 3. So the single base hit nets nothing in the end. We go to the 7th for Team US of A. And of course, we've already got Cutter's King trolling about Aaron Judge. I love baseball Twitter. It's hilarious. So yeah, 7-1 Team USA over Team Brazil. I think it's pretty safe to say that the United States is going to win this game. They will be playing basically everyone else in the pool. I think it's USA, Great Britain, Brazil, I think Mexico, and then Italy are the 5 in Pool B. Yes. So Pool A is Cuba, Puerto Rico, Canada, Panama, Colombia. Pool B, Mexico, Italy, USA, Brazil, Great Britain. Pool C, Australia, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and Czechia. And then Pool D is Venezuela, Israel, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, and the Netherlands. So Venezuela is currently 1-0, Netherlands 0-1 in Pool D. In Pool C, Australia is 2-0, Japan and Korea are 1-0, and then Taiwan and Czechia are 0-2. Pool B so far only has one final, that is Mexico winning over Great Britain. And then Pool A, Cuba and Puerto Rico are 1-0, and then Panama and Colombia are 0-1. So Maristica is back on for the top of the 7th, throws a fastball high that is fouled off by Bryce Terang. Would have kind of liked to see Gunnar Henderson sub in here, but oh well. I want to see the Pookie Bear. So Bryce Young, or not Bryce Young, Bryce Terang. Don't know why I keep saying Bryce Young, but Bryce Terang had the big bases clearing double a few innings ago that really put this game out of reach, it felt like. Went from 4-1 to 7-1. USA has not scored since. 0-1 here for Terang against Maristica. Throws a changeup that is grounded over to first base. First baseman catches it on a hop and puts out Terang over at first. So Maristica, who had walked his first 2 batters with like no competition whatsoever, has kind of found a groove now here a little bit. Kind of been the best pitcher Team Brazil's had so far. But now the order has flipped back up to Bobby Witt Jr., who is 1 for 2 with 2 walks. So Witt will look at the pitch, which is a curveball in the zone for strike 1 from Maristica. Don't know how aggressive Team USA is going to be with this comfortable lead, but good to see that at least someone on Team Brazil is, I mean, to be fair to Joseph Contreras, he actually had a pretty solid outing, I felt like, as well, overall. Change up there low for Maristica makes it 1-1. But it's definitely overall, I think Maristica has so far been the most successful of Team Brazil's pitching staff, which has not fared well in this game, to say the least. Maristica's next pitch is hit over into right field. Witt knocks it back over to the warning track in right field, but it will not get out. Instead, it will be caught by Lucas Ramirez for out number 2. It was kind of looked like off the end of the bat, so not quite enough power there for Bobby Witt Jr. to knock it out of the park. So 2 kind of quick outs here for Maristica in the 7th. Now have Bryce Harper, who is the lone strikeout victim of Team USA's batting lineup here in Game 1 of the World Baseball Classic for this team. Harper 0 for 3 with a walk. Will knock a ball over foul. Took a big swing on a changeup inside. In the end, just a foul ball. 0-1 is the count. Harper the lefty, Maristica the righty. Harper is staring him down. Maristica sets, delivers, throws, swing and a miss. Strike 2 on a changeup low. Good changeup there from Maristica. Bryce Harper now in an 0-2 hole. Aaron Judge looming on deck, though if Harper is out here, we will not see Aaron Judge until next inning. Judge had the home run in the first inning, 2-run homer. Pitch here is outside on a curveball. No chase there for Bryce Harper. 2 Bryces actually in the starting lineup for Team USA, Harper and Terang. So 1 and 2 here for Harper. Looks like pitch is going to be inside. He takes inside on a sinker, well inside. 2 and 2. Catcher was set up well inside as well. Harper did not offer there, so 2 and 2 now. Harper still has a chance to get on base for the first, or with a hit. Get his first hit of the game because he's been on base with a walk. He will flare one out over to left field. That will be an easy line out for the left fielder, Mascai. So that is 1, 2, 3 down in the 7th for Team USA. Harper goes now 0 for 4. I guess it was over 3. They said it was over 3 on the broadcast, and I guess now it's over 4. I don't know. But Harper still hitless in the game. I mean, there's actually not a ton of guys on Team USA. There's only 6 hits for Team USA. It's just the 11 walks have really kind of, blown things up a lot. But the 6 hits is, they'll solve it. But the home run certainly helps. The big double by Terang certainly helps. 3 ribbies there. So, yeah, they're certain, again, not, the victory here is not in question unless Team Brazil's offense suddenly changes form. But, we'll see. Don't know. My guess is they'll probably throw Michael Walker out for a 3rd inning because Logan Webb went 4, and I don't think they want to use too many, bullpen arms. So we'll see. See if it's hit inning number 3 for Michael Walker. Yeah, I still can't get over that Max Crosby trade. That is crazy. Curious what if there were going to have any other huge trades in the NFL in the coming days, because we've had a good bit so far. I mean, the Max Crosby is definitely the biggest one, but no, it should be quite interesting to say the least. So bottom 7th here for the game. I think so we're getting an update on the Byron Buxton thing. He got hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. He's just been removed for precautionary reasons, not anything actually revealed. No actual injury, but yeah. Michael Wacha is, in fact, out for the bottom of the 7th, facing Reginato, who's over 2. Will ground a ball past the diving Bobby Witt. So 1 pitch and a single there for Reginato. So past 2 innings, actually, the leadoff man has reached first base on a single. So again, a little bit of offense here for Team Brazil. Not too much, but something at least. Dante Bichette Jr. back up to the plate, has struck out both times so far in this game. The older brother of Bo Bichette, who could not make it to this World Baseball Classic, unfortunately. I think Mets want him to kind of rehab his injury from last year rather than playing this. Dante Bichette swung through the first pitch on a changeup outside. Now pops the ball up into center field. That will be quite easy for Pete Crow Armstrong, who makes the catch. 1 away for Team USA in the bottom of the 7th, and Michael Wacha, to be specific. Wacha threw 2 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts. No walks either. Brazil has yet to have anyone walk for their lineup. They have 3 hits total and 1 run, and a lot of strikeouts. Ton of strikeouts. I think it's Vinio Ito, I believe is his first name. So Ito is his last name. He takes ball 1 on a curveball way outside. Wacha righty, Ito the lefty. Wacha delivers on a changeup high, so it is 2-0. So favorable count here for Ito. Pitch now is swung on by Ito and fouled away on a fastball high in the zone. 2-1. Wacha has thrown 27 pitches total, 23 of them strikes, and only 4 balls. 2 of those balls have been to Ito here. So pretty interesting there. Kind of shows how it's going. There's a foul ball changeup and kind of gets away from the catcher. Might have actually... Was there any contact by Ito there? Couldn't quite tell. Actually, there was no contact there. Never mind. So it was a swing and miss, but the ball kind of got past Cal Raleigh a little bit. So Reginato actually advanced to second base on the play. Still 2-2 for the count. And that is another foul ball off of home plate, kind of bounced behind. So Ito still alive at 2-2. He is 0 for 2 in the game so far. I think Wacha is looking for a new ball. Or might have it in his glove. Yeah, now he does have it in his glove. He's just looking elsewhere. Looks back at the runner. Sets, delivers, throws. There's a chopper up right by home plate. Cal Raleigh will throw over to first base. Harper picks it in time. Ito is out on the run. No advancement towards third base. So actually another one. Okay, the graphic says he's at third base, but it looks like he was over Reginato. Yeah, okay. Reginato did stay over at second. The graphics team just messed up and put him at third base. But there could have been a chance, I think, for Reginato to make it. But in the end, he remains at second. Ito is out at first. So 2 outs for Team USA in the bottom of the 7th after the leadoff single. Reginato remains at second base. Raleigh is walking up to Michael Wacha. They're talking over something. Got a whole meeting of the infield. Not sure what exactly they're going to be talking about, but Bryce Harper is smiling a little bit, messing around. Not sure what it was all about. I think Cal Raleigh called the meeting, but in the end, there's no pitching substitution, no mound visit by the managing staff or anything like that. Just a players only type of thing in the middle. I don't know. In the end, we are back to baseball. Lucas Rojo is up next. 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. And first pitch from Michael Wacha is a slider low and away for ball number 1. So Rojo will look and swing through strike number 1 on a slider in the zone. 1-1 is the count. Runner still at second base. And we're kind of in the part of the order where not a lot of people have hits for Team Brazil. Again, very few people do. There's a hit for Rojo. That is up the middle, past Bobby White in the gap. That will drive in a run. So just as I said, there are not a lot of hits. There's a hit. 7-2. Brazil nets their second run on a 2-out single RBI by Lucas Rojo. Good hard liner. Kind of no chance for Bobby White Jr. whatsoever. Just lined it right over into shallow kind of center left field. Played on a hop by Peter Armstrong, but not nearly in time to save the run. So run on first now, 2 outs. Mascai will take strike 1. Don't know if it was on the swing or just on the location. Think it was on location, but Brazil, they got another run. So yeah, there's that at least. Silver linings is what you can find. Ball 1 there on a fastball just outside to Mascai. 1-1 is the count. So both pitchers for Team USA have surrendered 1 run. Next pitch is a changeup that is low in the zone and not swung on by Mascai. So it is 2-1 for the count. Victor Mascai has struck out both times so far in this game, though he's in a favorable count here. He will look at ball 3 on a fastball low and inside. So favorable, little bit of a series here in the bottom of the 7th for Team Brazil on the batting side. Michael Wacha through 37 pitches right now will actually step off and take his time. Now he steps back, gets ready to deliver on the 3-1 count. That is swung on, hit over into left field, high into left field. That might hit off the wall. That is gone. Home run. Victor Mascai, 2-run home run, 7-4. Team Brazil's putting on a 3-run rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Michael Wacha, who had been dominant so far in the game, suddenly has given up 3 runs. Mascai hits a fastball low, just out, pops it over into left field, and it just went. So Brazil is not going quietly into the night. This game is not over, ladies and gentlemen. This game is not over in the slightest. So Victor Mascai, former Astros minor leaguer, hits it in the Astros Major League Park, and Dorcaro, the catcher, lines out on the first pitch right over to third base and Alex Bregman, but not before 3 runs scored for Team Brazil in the bottom of the 7th inning after basically getting blanked since the first batter. It was Lucas Ramirez, the son of Manny Ramirez, who had homered on the at his first at bat as the leadoff hitter in the first inning. Then Team Brazil basically got shut out completely. No walks, no hits. It was a perfect game after that, up until it was actually the 6th inning where they got 1 hit, but got nothing out of that. And now here, bottom of the 7th, got a couple hits and a home run. So 2 home runs now for Team Brazil. 7-4. We'll see if they're my guess is they're gonna trot their pitcher out again, who's been blanking Team USA. Maristica, who is 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 2 walks. You might see him again. But it's suddenly things are not quite as safe for Team USA. So we'll see if my guess is that is the last inning for Michael Wacha. I would have to assume they're going to throw someone else in there. Don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be someone else, I would have to assume. Aaron Judge is up next for Team USA at the plate. So I would have to assume it's Marastica for Brazil for pitching, because he's been their best one so far. He's been like the only one that's been able to get guys out like somewhat consistently, which is interesting. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. This is this is suddenly a game again, which makes me happy, because I definitely prefer interesting stuff to talk about than just calling, strike one, strike two, strike three over and over again. Yeah, so we have Aaron Judge back out to hit top of the eighth. Aaron Judge 1 for 4 with a 2-run home run. Also grounded out to end the inning on a double play in the second with bases loaded. Lot of walks for Team USA. Only 6 hits so far, though, which is not super spectacular. Marastica is back out to pitch, as I expected. His first pitch is a curveball high. Aaron Judge does not swing at it, so it is 1-0 for the count. Schwarber and Bregman will be up after Aaron Judge. Judge will stare him down. Pitch is low on a fastball, so that is 2-0 for the count. So Brazil clawed back a little bit to make it 7-4. So the game is certainly not over. Judge in a favorable count here, though. Marastica throws. That ball is way outside. 3-0 count. Judge did homer on a 3-0 count in the first inning, so certainly possible he will swing here as well if Marastica throws one right down the middle. But Marastica had been good at getting guys out with just kind of jam shots and fly balls here and there. This ball pitch would have clipped the zone. Catcher did not catch it. Not called a strike. So it is a 4-pitch walk to Aaron Judge. Again, not a guy you are concerned about walking, in the sense of like, you're okay giving up the walk to him compared to, him blasting the ball 480 feet. Though, of course, you then have to go up against Kyle Schwarber, who is going to blast the ball 490 feet if you throw it to him. So it'll be interesting. Spear for... I'm blanking on his first name because he's not a name I recognize off the top of my head, but warming up the bullpen for Team USA shows Schwarber 2 for 3. We'll look at ball 1 on a slider just outside. So Marastica suddenly lost the zone again after good series of pitches, especially in the bottom or the top of the 7th. Marastica has thrown 29 pitches so far. His 30th is changeup, just missed. Probably could have been called a strike. Kind of bottom left of the zone. Might have clipped it, might not have. Who knows? ABS challenge if they use them in the WBC. Maybe could have challenged that. Pretty close. Anyway, 2-0 count for Kyle Schwarber. 7-4 USA. Pitch is swung on by Kyle Schwarber, popped right up towards center field. Center fielder is calling it. Nope, left fielder is going to take it instead. That is Mascai calling off Maciel. Mascai was the man with the 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th. So Schwarber, not too happy about that from the looks of it in the dugout. Pops out for the first out in the top of the 8th. Now we get Alex Bregman here. Bregman has walked 3 times and is 0 for 1 otherwise. First pitch here is way outside on a fastball, just barely caught by the catcher, Del Carmo. So Bregman 0 for 1, 3 walks, grounded out, and is one time he actually made contact and put it in play. But again, 3 walks, not too bad. Now in a 2-0 count as another fastball is way outside. So Marastica is kind of losing the zone a little bit again. Again, Team USA has 12 walks in this game. 12 walks to 6 hits, actually. That's what it is. It's crazy. It's not a lot of good control from Brazilian pitching. That is going to be called a ball. just at the bottom of the zone. Might have nicked it, didn't in the end. So 3-0 count here for Alex Bregman on 3 straight fastballs that have missed. Marostica will look down Aaron Judge over at first. Now looks to deliver to Bregman. Pitch is going to hit Bregman in the back. So that will send Bregman to first. First and second, 1 out. Marostica also lost his hat a little bit. We got a lot of boos raining down from the crowd in Houston. So second batter hit by Brazilian pitching. This one with a bit more padding in terms of, back muscles and all that compared to the hands. So Bregman is more miffed than hurt. It looks like that will be Marostica's last batter, as we'll get a pitching change here by the managerial staff of Team Brazil. So Marostica, probably the best pitcher that Brazil's had so far this game, will exit after losing control a little bit towards the end, but still, he's gave them a chance a little bit. He kind of slowed down the Team USA offensive, just kind of slugging a little bit. So, I mean, he still gave up 2 walks in this inning. So, I guess walk and hit batter, but yeah, it should be. Again, this game's not quite over yet. Not quite over. Yeah, there's the Mario Galaxy movie direct on Monday that I'm excited for. I'm really excited for the Galaxy movie. I hope it's not terrible. I don't think it will be, because I really like the first one that came out a year or 2 ago. I'm very excited to see Rosalina. Rosalina is like one of my favorite characters in Mario. So I like her a lot, and I'm excited to see more of her. I'm not sure who Brazil's going to go with for their next pitcher. They've already exhausted their 17-year-old most likely future MLB star, Joseph Contreras, who is a current Vanderbilt commit. Hugo Kanabushi is the new pitcher for Team Brazil. Played in Japan, I think most recently. He will throw a changeup, swung on, fouled off for strike 1 by Cal Raleigh. Kanabushi is also 36 years old according to the broadcast. Kanabushi last pitched professionally back in 2016 in Nippon Bone Baseball, which is kind of crazy. Next pitch is popped up by Cal Raleigh, and that will get out of play, so it is 0-2. So Raleigh 0-2 on the count, 0-for-2 on the day with 2 walks, so a lot of 2s here. 1 out on the inning, top of the 8th. Runners on first and second. Kanabushi's only thrown 2 pitches as well. So Kanabushi lefty, well set to throw. That one is way high on the changeup. Good catch there by DeCarmo to save it. And yes, Cal Raleigh batting 6th in this lineup is crazy because he is one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball at the moment, and he's batting 6th. It's crazy. And that curveball is way outside by Kanabushi. So good first 2 pitches. Really bad second 2 pitches. So you've gone from 0-2 to 2-2. And again, Cal Raleigh's not exactly a guy you really want to be testing too much, but still. There's changeup down in the zone. Raleigh pops it up over to shallow right field. That will be out number 2. Runners will not advance. So kind of in the story for Team USA, just, despite, scoring 7 runs is awesome and all that, but it's been a lot of been able to get on base through walks and, hit by pitches and whatnot. It's not a ton of hits. 7 runs to 6 hits. 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position, 10 left on base. So some stuff to be worked on as we progress, but still, they hold the lead. Need the pitching staff to not collapse in the last 2 innings. Roman Anthony will take ball 1 on a curveball just inside. Anthony 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Kind of the typical stat for a lot of these guys so far. A lot of walks. Anthony will swing through a fastball down and away, so 1-1. Kanabushi wearing number 66. Throws lefty. Roman Anthony also a lefty. I don't really like just the flat letter like on the baseball cap for these guys. Like Brazil's just a flat B. Not a huge fan of that. Next pitch is a changeup, bottom of the zone, called for a strike. Definitely looked like it hit the zone. So Anthony in a 1-2 hole. Only 1 strikeout for Team USA so far in terms of batters. That was Bryce Harper back in like the 2nd or 3rd inning. Though Anthony is in trouble of becoming the 2nd strikeout victim. He will instead knock a ball over past the diving first baseman. That looks like it will drive in a run. Aaron Judge is racing home. Throw to home is late. So RBI single there for Roman Anthony. Very, very bizarre world of, Red Sox prospect or like young Red Sox star Roman Anthony driving in New York Yankees superstar Aaron Judge. But that's just the World Baseball Classic, man. So 8-4, Team USA, they get a run back after giving up 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Runners now on 1st and 3rd. Can we get our Gunnar Henderson sighting, please? I would like a Gunnar Henderson sighting in my baseball game. Thank you very much. Gunnar Henderson is better than most of these guys. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Pico Armstrong is up next. Subbed in for Byron Buxton, who got hit on the hand back in the 5th. Buxton not actually injured. They're just doing it out of precaution. At least not injured that we know of. I'll clarify. Armstrong will swing through a fastball for strike number 1, 0-1. So that is Cal Raleigh over on 3rd base. Or no, not Cal Raleigh. That is, I think it's Schwarber actually over on 3rd. Roman Anthony over on 1st. That is a changeup in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, I think that's Alex Bergman over there. Because Cal Raleigh popped out. Or, no, he got out, I think. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Got a guy on 3rd. Got a guy on 1st. 2 outs. 1-1. Top 8. 8-4. Team USA. Pitch here from Kanabushi is a fastball. Check swing. No swing. Ball 2. For Pico Armstrong, the Chicago Cubs center fielder, who had a really good start to the season last year, but then kind of fell off a little bit like a lot of guys, especially Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker had a really rough second half of the season. Next pitch is a changeup just outside, 3-1 now for PCA. Yeah, Cubs were looking really good early on in the season. Like them, Matthew Boyd as well, Carson Kelly. They had a really good start and then kind of fizzled out after that. Next pitch from Kanabushi is swung on, grounded over to first base, fielded there by the first baseman Carvalho, and that is an out for Pico Armstrong, and that is an end to the inning. 8-4 Team USA. Aaron Judge is the lone run scorer in the top of the 8th. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. I believe we'll have a pitching substitution. Let me see if I can find a roster here. Over here. US, who do they have on the bottom? It is Spire. Who are you? Gabe Spire, Seattle Mariners relief pitcher. He was warming up in the bullpen, I saw earlier. That's why I'm selecting him. So that is most likely who we will see next to pitch. The pitching differences are pretty stark here. Marastica, the only Brazilian pitcher to go more than 1 2/3 innings, actually, compared to Webb and Waka, who went 4 and 3. Waka just got knocked out after surrendering a 2-run home run. Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm assuming Aspire is going to be up next. It should be Maciel is going to be up for Team Brazil. The bottom of the order then is going to flip back over to Lucas Ramirez for his 4th at-bat of the game. Ramirez, who had the home run in the 1st inning. So we'll see how it goes. Again, Brazil's not quite out of things yet. So we have about an inning and a half left of baseball to go, provided we don't go to extras. Actually, don't know if they're going to do extras in World Baseball Classic, or they're just going to have it be a tie. I don't know off the top of my head, because it's pool play at the moment. Gabe Spire is in for to pitch, 4 and 3 record, 2.61 ERA, 62 innings pitched, 82 to 11 strikeouts to walk. Strikeouts to walks, pretty good strikeout to walk ratio there, not gonna lie. 76 games played for the Seattle Mariners, the runners up in the AL for Seattle, Seattle's the runners up in the AL in 2025. So Maciel is up 0 for 2 on the day. Will face the lefty reliever. He will take ball 1 on a fastball 93 inside. Lefty pitching to a righty hitter. So 8-4 USA, but game's not over yet. Maciel will take strike 1 on a fastball right in the middle of the zone at 93. So 1-1. Maciel has struck out both times he's been up to the plate. Could certainly change here, or it could continue. We'll see. He will ground a slider out of play to make it 1-2. So Maciel is in a bit of a hole now. So Spear, I think I've been saying Spire. I'm gonna go Spire. He will throw the pitch. Strike 3 on a fastball above the zone. First strikeout for Spire. 3rd strikeout on the day for Maciel. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th for Team USA. So better start for Team USA pitching compared to the last 2 innings where Michael Walker allowed 2 singles, or 2 leadoff singles in a row. This time a leadoff strikeout. Lucas Ramirez, son of Manny Ramirez, now up for the 4th time. Has a home run in this game, has not got a hit since. Takes ball 1 outside. Ramirez, who I believe is only 20 years old, has already got a pretty big moment so far in his young baseball career. Takes strike 1 on a sinker, kind of top middle of the zone. 1-1. Lefty on lefty here. So pitch is swung on by Ramirez. He hits it high, deep, right field. Is that going to stay fair? It is. Home run, Lucas Ramirez again. He got all of that one. That was there. It was not a question of if it was going to go. It was a question of if it was going to stay fair, and it did. So Team Brazil gets its run right back. 3-run game again. That was a moonshot by Lucas Ramirez. 2 home runs in the game. That is crazy. I need to see the distance on that, because that was like he put all of his effort into that pitch right there, or into that swing, I guess, and just demolished that pitch. So strike one here on Carvalho, but yeah, that was no doubter in terms of distance. Ramirez knew it instantly that it was up there. Carvalho swings through strike two on a slider. That was gone. Wow. They didn't show the distance or say the distance, unfortunately, but I want to know. That was pretty crazy. Carvalho swings at 3 straight sliders. Just 1, 2, 3. He is down and out. Goodbye. That was fast. Like they're still basically showing the replays of Ramirez, and Carvalho's already out. So 2 away here in the 8th. Team Brazil gets its 1 run back, but other than that, it's a bit of a struggle here. Reginato's up now. He does have a hit in this game. Fouls off fastball for strike 1. But that is it was like what Spire wasted no time. Like he is very angry that he gave up the home run. He just 1, 2, 3 slider. Throws another one here. Gets Reginato does not chase. He actually held up. So 1-1 is the count. So Brazil, again, they're not going quietly tonight. They're gonna at least make this a game. Reginato 1-1 count. Swings, fouls the ball off here on a slider in the zone. 1-2. Reginato had, I believe, the leadoff single in the 6th inning. So we'll see if he is able to get another hit here, or if Spire will shut this inning down. Nope, this will be a liner right to Bobby Wood Jr. So it kind of came off awkwardly on the bat. So that will be the end of the 8th inning. Reginato lines out over to short, but not for another home run for Lucas Ramirez, who now has 2 on the night. Though USA still leads 8-5 going into the top of the 9th, actually. So the final inning of this here matchup. So I'm curious to see who, well, depends on how, if USA is going to score any more runs here in the 9th. But if they don't, I'm curious to see who they bring on to close if the score remains like this. But that will be in just a little bit. I need to get some more water, but we're just about at the end there, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm very excited for NFL free agency. It's always one of my favorite times of just constantly refreshing my feed to see who gets signed. We've already had Max Crosby get traded today. I am very, very curious because there's a lot of good free agents out there. I feel like this is not like a huge, or like there aren't a ton of like super high end, like high name free agents. I mean, you got like Trey Hendrickson and Tyler Linderbaum, I think, are the top 2 for how it is. Because like a lot of, there's not like any big wide receiver that's out there. Like I think Alec Pierce is the top free agent wide receiver on the market, and he's solid, but he's not like, he's like a wide receiver 2A or like 1B. Like he's not a Jamar Chase, he's not a Justin Jefferson, anything like that. But he's still. I actually want Washington to sign him. I would like Alec Pierce to come to Washington, D.C. That would be nice because they need another wide receiver. We'll see. All right, back to the baseball game. A lot of partying going on in Houston for the final theoretical. Because again, I don't know if they do extra innings. If we do go to extras here, but in theory, this is the final inning of play. Team USA is up to bat. Kanabushi versus Bryce Terang. Terang will smack the first pitch right up the middle for a single. One pitch, one swing, one hit. Terang will knock his second hit of the night. First one was a bases clearing triple back in the 5th inning to make it 7-1 at the time. It's now 8-5. Looks like we will get another pitching substitution here. So more pitching for Team Brazil. Don't know how many guys they have left in the bullpen. And presumably a decent bit because they probably also have their starters available. But yeah, they've been churning through pitching in the WBC. That's for sure. In this one game, really. We are almost done the game. Just like 1 or 2 more commercial breaks, essentially, before we wrap things up. Looks like, I think, it was that Junior Caminero hit a big home run for Team Dominican Republic, I think. Yeah, for the Dominican Republic. Just looking at highlights of the WBC at the moment while we're still on commercial. I still can't believe that it's Joseph. That's insane. 17 years old and playing the World Baseball Classic. That's got to be Joseph Cabrera, 17 years old, getting Aaron Judge to ground out. Still crazy for a double play. All right, Lopez is up now. We got a steal attempt here from Bryce Terang, which is successful. Basically, first pitch for a steal. Pitch was a strike, though. Let me see if I can get the first name of Lopez because I missed it on the broadcast. It might be Tomas, I think is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to go with Tomas because it's a T there. So we'll go with Tomas Lopez. 0-1 to Bobby Witt Jr. Now 1-1 on a curveball way outside. Bryce Terang stole second. Bobby Witt Jr. 1 for 3 with 2 walks on the day. Singled in his 1 hit. So kind of a bit of a quiet day for Bobby Witt Jr. Again, kind of a quiet day. Like, despite the 8 runs, not exactly the most eventful day on offense for Team USA. Fastball is high from Lopez, 2-1. Because again, it's only, 8 hits? It's 8 hits, 12 walks, really. And only the 1 home run. Team Brazil is actually out homering Team USA by 3, or 3-1. But it's 2 solo shots, essentially. Witt will foul off that slider to make it 2-2. And yeah, I feel like I'm being more negative on Team USA than I should be. They're playing well. It's just that, you might want a few more hits, but you'll take the walks when you get them. It's the runners in scoring position hasn't just not been amazing. That's the only problem. So they'll need to work on that, but they got time. They got plenty more games to go. So we'll see how it goes. Next pitch here from Lopez, the righty, to Witt, the righty, is fastball high. Did Witt go around? No, he did not. So 3-2 in the end. So Lopez looks pretty young from what I can tell. Don't know how young he is, but he looks like a pretty young guy. will deliver on the 3-2 to Bobby Witt, who pops this one up over by the first base dugout and out of play. So nothing there for that one. Still 3-2, 8-5, runner on second, no outs, top of the ninth. He's throwing 94, 95 for his fastball, which is pretty impressive. I believe it's Tomas Lopez is the pitcher here. Looks to deliver to Bobby Witt Jr. He will strike him out on a cutter that was well above the zone. Bobby Witt goes chasing. So one down here in the top of the ninth for Team USA. Witt's talking with Aaron Judge about something, probably to do with the pitch, but that was a good pitch there. Up kind of a little bit by the hands. Bobby Witt just kind of goes chasing a little bit. Bryce Harper now up to bat. 0 for 4 in the game with a walk. Will foul that sinker away. 0-1. Aaron Judge is on deck, so unless we somehow get a double play here from Bryce Harper, which I doubt it because Bryce Turang is on second, we will see Aaron Judge one more time. Harper will line this one over into right field. That will almost certainly score a run. Turang is racing around third. No throw into home plate. Instead throws over into second. 9-5 Team USA, so they get the run back again after the Lucas Ramirez home run. So we will, in fact, see Aaron Judge after the RBI single and first hit of the night for Bryce Harper. So that is now over half of the basically half of the starting lineup has got a hit. Bobby Witt has 1, Bryce Harper has 1, Aaron Judge has 1, Schwarber 2, Roman Anthony 1. Bryce Turang also has 3 hits, by the way. Forgot about that. So it's ball 1 to Aaron Judge, by the way. But Peaker Armstrong and Byron Buxton in the 8th spot both have 0 hits. Kyle Raleigh, Alex Bregman also have 0 hits. But a lot of them have walked. A lot of walks. Throwback over to first base is not in time. Still 1-0 is the count. So only Buxton, Armstrong, and Turang are the only guys to not have walked so far. I think that's Mason Miller warming up in the bullpen right now for Team USA. Judge will pop this one out of play and foul. 1-1 for the count. Mason Miller, former closer for the Oakland Athletics. I don't think he played while they were in Sacramento. Or maybe he did, because I think he got traded halfway through the deadline. But he's now on the San Diego Padres. And I think they're trying to convert him into a starter, last time I heard. But he's a high leverage relief guy. Throws like 100. It's crazy. He's really good. Don't know how the experiment, if they're going to try and convert him into a starter. If not, we'll see. All right. Pitch to Judge is high and inside on a sinker. 2-1. And I do know because the Padres lost, I think, Ranger Suarez to free agency, if I remember correctly. And Ranger Suarez was their closer. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Mason Miller. For now, though, he is warming up in the bullpen to try and most likely close out this game for Team USA. Next pitch is called strike 2 on the outside edge of the plate. Might have been a ball, might have been a strike. Kind of one of those iffy ones, but in the end, it is 2-2. Judge did not swing at it. Cal Raleigh is on deck. So unless double play here by Judge, we will see Cal Raleigh once more. He will try and find his first hit. Judge will look at ball 3 on a sinker high again. So 3-2 here for Aaron Judge against Tomas Lopez. With man on first. And there's a foul ball off the plate. It looks like it's not going to be in play. So 3-2 still. Oh, are they calling it fair? It was basically grounded right into the dirt. Okay, they're calling it foul. Getting a little bit of confusion here. Let's get it all settled. I think they're just calling it a foul ball. It was grounded right into the dirt. Actually, it grounded off of Aaron Judge himself. That's what it was. And then kind of ricocheted back off into play. So yeah, definitely a foul ball there. Not a fair ball. So yeah, Bryce Harper on first after the RBI single. Aaron Judge in a 3-2 count. He's looking to add some more insurance here for Team USA in the 9th. He will ground a ball foul again. So we will go once more here in the 9th. There's Gunnar Henderson. We at least get a shot of him. Don't think we'll see him in the game today. Might see him in like tomorrow. But he's smiling in the dugout right now. So yeah, still 3-2, 1 out. Bryce Harper on first. Aaron Judge at the plate. Tomas Lopez delivers, and that is high for ball 4 on a slider, nowhere near the zone. Aaron Judge does not chase, so we get a walk, and we'll get, I think I said Kyle Raleigh before. I meant Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber is up next. Kyle Raleigh is batting 6th in the lineup, not 4th. Schwarber has 2 hits in the game, 2 singles, has also walked once. And I think we'll get a pitching coach visit to the mound for Team Brazil. So don't think a pitching substitution. I would doubt it because Lopez only thrown 17 pitches. But probably just might calm him down a little bit because he was getting a little erratic there against Judge. And again, going like from the heart of the order of Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber is crazy. That is so much power. And then after that, you get Alex Bregman and Cal Raleigh. Like, it's ridiculous. They've been calling this a super team, and I don't disagree. This is a lot of star power on Team USA here. And this is just the starting lineup. You got PCA on the bench. You got Gunnar Henderson on the bench for hitting. It's I think Paul Goldschmidt's on the bench as well. And then you got like 50 billion arms that they have. It's nuts. And like, they're not even throwing out Tarek Skubal or Paul Skeens to start in this. They have those guys on the bench. Like, that is the 2 best pitchers in the league. It's crazy. Ball 1 from Lopez to Schwarber on a slider outside. But yeah, like Paul Skeens and Tarek Skubal on the same pitching staff is insane. And then you also get like Logan Webb too, and Mason Miller, and David Bednar, and old man Clayton Kershaw too. It's crazy. Pitch number 2 is ball inside on slider. 2-0. So the mound visit has not paid off so far. Schwarber is being very patient right now, and understandably so. Pitch number 3 is a fastball outside. 3-0 is now the count. The strike zone is eluding Team Brazil is pitching once more. It's not going well for them at the moment. They had a stretch there where it was going all right, but now it is not going quite as well. Pitch number 4 is just at the top of the zone on a fastball. Looks like they will call it a ball. So 4th pitch walk there from Lopez to Schwarber. That will load the bases for Alex Bregman. Don't think they're going to be doing a pitching substitution at the moment. Getting a lot of managerial signs from Team Brazil's manager, but nothing in terms of bullpen action at the moment. They've not shown Brazil's bullpen like at all for some reason. First pitch to Bregman is high for ball 1 on a sinker. Walk here would issue another run as the bases are loaded. Have not seen a strike in a good bit, in like a batter and a half. See if Lopez will try and hit the strike zone here. Pitch number 2 is down and away for ball number 2 with a sinker. Just really good play discipline, by the way, by Team USA. They're just not really going after anything too much. I mean, they only have 2 strikeouts. A lot of balls just not anywhere close. And there's been some that have been like kind of borderline, but not too much. Pitch number 3 is, right up near the face of Bregman. He's able to dodge out of the way just in time. 3-0. Don't think any of these are intentional. I think it's just some of these pitchers just are not spectacular. unfortunately. That ball just got well away from him. And Bregman is luckily able to dodge out of the way just in time. 3-0 count here. Ball would make it 10-5. And it is, in fact, 10-5 on a fastball high on a second straight 4-pitch walk for Team USA. Will we see a pitching substitution now? Don't know. Yep, looks like we will, I think. So Tomas Lopez got 1 out and has since loaded the bases and also given up a run. Actually, I think given up 2 runs. Now that I think about it, because I think he was. I know there was the other guy. Give me a sec. Let me scroll down and remember his name. Kanabushi had he gave up the run to start the top of the 9th, and Lopez has since given up another run on the walk. And we will now get yet another pitching substitution. It will be the 9th pitcher Brazil's used in the game. Not great, to say the least. So will be Cal Raleigh up to bat. So we will see Cal Raleigh in this 9th inning. And he could really, really make this, send that crowd home happy if he gets a hold of one here. But yeah, it's we'll see what happens. So another commercial break here for another pitching substitution. Don't know what else I can say about that. Hopefully this is the last pitching substitution for Team Brazil. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We shall see. But this is, I feel like you don't need to take this long. All right, so Vitor Takahashi is up now. Another 17-year-old for Team Brazil. So they're Team Brazil's second 17-year-old pitcher, Vitor Takahashi, born in Sao Paulo, Brazil. There's like a lot of Japanese guys on or like guys with Japanese names on Team Brazil. It's kind of cool. I think their managers also have Japanese. Cal Raleigh, 0-for-3, has walked twice in this game. Now facing the 17-year-old Vitor Takahashi. Pitch clock violation would have been a strike, but instead it is a violation on Takahashi. So it will be a 1-0 count here. I think that's the 3rd pitch clock violation against Team Brazil in this game. I think 2nd on their pitching staff. They had 1 on their hitting staff. There's actually Lucas Ramirez got called out on it, on a pitch timer violation on a strike 3, which is crazy. So, all right, they're saying 1-1 for the count, but maybe it was a pitch timer violation on Cal Raleigh, actually. I don't know. 1-1 is the count here. Raleigh will look at ball 2. Could be a 3-0 count, depending on how it is. But I'm assuming Fox is correct in their broadcast. So 2-1 here. Bases loaded, Cal Raleigh. Oh, no, it is 3-0. Never mind. They fixed it. Yep, 3-0. Raleigh will look at ball 4, just below the zone. So that is the 2nd walked-in run of the inning. Judge will trot home and make it 11-5. So it was a game for a hot minute, but I think once again this game is over. My guess is even if USA does get to 15 runs or 16 runs here, I don't think they'll mercy rule it because it's just a half inning after that. But maybe they would. I don't know. It also, again, might not get there. So we'll have Roman Anthony up now, 1-for-3 with 2 walks, takes strike 1 on a curveball. Would like to see, one more hit by Team USA at least. Not like the walks are just boring. Ball 1, 1-1, 4-seam fastball, up and away. Like I get the plate discipline and all that. And, they're not really supposed to be chasing all that, but like gotta at least swing at something. They're just not even swinging at anything. It's crazy. So I want some action, please. Anthony will look at ball 2 on a curveball up high, 2-1. Could see our third walked-in run of the game. Brazil's pitching staff just has not been able to find the strike zone at all this inning. It's literally Bobby Wood Jr. is the only one, and he struck out. There's a ground ball through the right field side, or the right side. That is going to drive in 1 run and only 1. So sharp ground ball over to the right by Roman Anthony makes it 12-2. Team US of A. Bases are still loaded, by the way, and only 1 out. It's a 7-run lead for the USA. Pretty nice pit of baseball here. All right, so there's going to be no mercy rule according to the broadcast because they do have to finish the inning, and then it would be after that. So not going to happen. This game is just going to end after the 9th inning. Almost certainly with the Team USA victory unless a monumental collapse happens, which I do not expect happening. Pico Armstrong up now. 0 for 2 in the game. Subbed in for Byron Buxton back in the 5th. 2-0 is the count now for PCA. Now it's a question of how long is this inning going to go for, or this happening? Because, there's no mercy rule. US could just go on forever at this point. I think it could just turn into batting practice. Well, even then, it's just like, it's more jogging practice how many walks they're having. Armstrong almost gets hit by a pitch inside, 3-0 now. Takahashi just cannot find the strike zone whatsoever. Don't even know if there's like anyone left that Brazil can use to pitch. I mean, it's obviously, I can't be too hard on Takahashi. He's 17 years old and pitching in World Baseball Classic. Like, it is what it is. Strike 1 there. Armstrong does not go after it. Common courtesy on 3-0. Takes a cutter right down the middle. 3-1. Anything's on the table now. Could see another walk and run. Could see a swing. Who knows? Takahashi sets to deliver. That is going to be outside for ball 4. First walk for PCA. Another walk in run for Team USA, 13-5. Like at this point, just throw it in just throw meatballs in the strike zone just to at least get it over with. The walks they're just going to drag this game on until like 1 in the morning. I have things to do. And I want to finish the stream. I'm not going to end the stream while it's like, there's game left because, we're almost done. All right, Bryce Terang's up. I'm very surprised, we're not seeing any of the bench guys outside of PCA. That is ball 1 just below the zone. Could have maybe been called a strike, but instead called a ball. Terang 3 for 5, 2 doubles, a single, 3 RBIs. Has not walked in the game. Mostly because he's the one actually doing the hitting. Pretty sure he led off this inning, by the way, with a hit. I think that's what happened. And yeah, so he takes ball 2 inside. So I'm pretty sure we have now batted around the order for Team USA in the 9th inning. And pitch number 3 is just below the zone, 3-0 for Vito Takahashi. Just clipped into a guy in the stands, USA fan who was just half asleep, hand over his head, like, why am I still here? He's ready to go home. That's pretty funny. All right, 3-0 count. Pitch down the middle, 4-seam fastball, strike 1. Again, another. We got cheers in the crowd. He's throwing a strike. We're getting there. We've got a strike throw. Let's do that again, please. We don't need balls here. We're good with the walks. All right, Takahashi takes a step off the mound. We might get a pitch timer violation. We do get a pitch timer violation. Oh, we get an automatic walk. I don't know if it was a balk or issued ball. It was a balk on Takahashi, so he tried to step off, but I guess they called him a balk instead. So 14-5 for Team USA. Second and third now, 3-1. Could walk and load the bases again. And Durang's gonna ground it over to short. So the balk actually eliminates the double play. Durang grounds out. Anthony runs home. So 15-5 here for Team USA. Runner remains on second. So we get an out at least. Like at this point, I'm just ready to go home. Like we can just be done with the game. So like I'm half cheering for the outs because we know how this game is going to end. It's just a question of final score. So Bobby Witt Jr. is back up. He actually struck out in this inning for the first out of the game, or for the first out of the ninth. He gets a chance to avenge himself here. Takahashi will throw a curveball high for ball one. The stands are certainly emptying now for here in Houston. Or not here. I'm not here in Houston. I am nowhere near Houston. But over there in Houston, the stands are certainly a lot emptier than they were to start the game. Pitch number 2 is just outside the zone. Probably, yeah. Definitely looked like a ball, but it was very close. Witt does not swing at that one. So once again, very favorable hitters count here for Bobby Witt Jr. and Team USA in the ninth. Takahashi will throw. That one is just high, but called a strike. So that one, I guess, might have clipped the zone. I think Mason Miller might have sat down at this point. Maybe not. I don't know. They might throw him in there. He's definitely had a very, very long warm-up session in the bullpen. Because it was a... okay, Bobby Witt's going to flare it out over towards the outfield and kind of right center field. Right fielder will put that away. So the very, very, very long ninth inning is over. Lucas Ramirez with the catch. Bobby Witt Jr. gets out twice in the same inning. That's never a fun thing to do. But thankfully for Brazil, the nightmare ninth inning is over. I think it was a 9-5 game. Or yeah, it was either 8-5 or 9-5 going into the ninth inning. It is now 15-5. So yeah, any sort of lingering doubts about USA, I think we're done now. The comeback was real for like a hot second, but that was about it. We got one half inning to go. So yeah, 15-5, 17 walks, 10 hits. That ninth inning really just skewed the numbers a lot. Only 2 strikeouts. Almost there. Definitely, there were some moments here and there. I wish I could have figured this. I mean, this is not the most interesting way to stream things, but yeah, had I been able to call the Aaron Judge homer live without knowing it was coming beforehand, that would have been nice. But it is what it is. And I will not be streaming the USA game tomorrow, but I'm curious to see how that's going to go. All right, so it is Mason Miller coming in to pitch. He actually a 1-2 record. That's crazy. 22 saves though. 22 26 saves. It was like he was really good for most of the season. There was like a stretch in like the middle where he just kind of fell apart for like a game or two, and that was about it. But then he turned it back on and went nuts. We have a defensive substitution. So Ernie Clements coming in for Aaron Judge, and Paul Goldschmidt subbing in for Bryce Harper. So Mason Miller's first pitch is a 100-mile-per-hour fastball up high. Bichette does surprisingly not chase it, as he's basically chased everything this game. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He will chase that 100-mile-per-hour fastball high in the zone for strike 1. I mean, there's not a ton of people in the world that I think can hit a Mason Miller fastball, but still, it's just an observation that I think I and other people online have seen, that Dante Bichette Jr. has swung on and missed a lot in this game. That was a 102-mile-per-hour fastball that Mason Miller threw that was much higher, and Bichette did not go after. So 2-1 here for Dante Bichette. Older brother of Bo Bichette, who sees Mason Miller throw another fastball way up in the zone, or above the zone for ball 3. So Mason Miller's not quite found the control he wants just yet, as, you know, kind of common of, like, you know, these high velocity closers, you know, they might just miss the zone here and there on occasion, but they're still very good. So don't know if we'll see another fastball or if I'll go to a different pitch. 3-1 here. Another fastball, and it is high in the zone for a walk. First walk of the game for Team Brazil to Dante Bichette Jr., older brother of Bo Bichette. Former major leaguer himself, I believe. Might have only played in the minors, not quite sure, but yeah. Played in has not played professionally in a while. Vitor Ito is now up for Team Brazil. We have a pinch runner for Bichette. Koragi is the last name. Don't know his first name. Begins with an F. I think they said Felipe on the broadcast. So it's an interesting blend of, like, Latin American and Japanese, like, first name, last name. I find it interesting. Don't see that too often, at least for someone in America, in USA America. Who knows? I don't know how common it is in, like, Brazil, but interesting. So Ito now up against Miller. Ito 0 for 3. We'll look at strike 1 on a slider that just clips the bottom of the zone. First slider of the night for Mason Miller, who threw 5 fastballs to Dante Bichette. One of them hit the zone. The others, or well, actually all of them missed the zone. One of them was just a swing on a miss. Ito will knock a second slider out of play. So 0-2 now for Vitor Ito against Mason Miller. Could potentially see a fastball here, I would assume. But he might just triple down on the slider because he's hit the zone with the slider twice now, and he's gotten, you know, obviously 0-2. But I think these guys really love their big fastballs. So we get, yep, there was a fastball. That one was high. Ito laid off. So 1-2 now. Got a GoPro cam from, I think, the umpire essentially, but it was really foggy, so it's hard to tell what was going on. 1-2 here against Ito. Get a fastball inside, almost hits Ito, but he is able to kind of contort out of the way. 2-2 now. So fortunately, Mason Miller's fastball command is not great so far. It's been like he's just not found the strike zone with it, but so I don't know, we'll see. Goes back to the slider, misses with the slider, so from 0-2 to 3-2 now. Not the best start for Mason Miller. We'll see how he finishes, though. Yeah, already up to 10 pitches. Pitch here is chopped over on home plate. I think they're calling it foul ball. Very quick jump by Cal Raleigh to try and throw out the runner at second, but they're calling it foul instead. Good heads-up play there by Cal Raleigh anyway, but just didn't quite get out enough to be considered fair. So still 3-2, Ito versus Miller. Pitch number 12 here for Miller is a slider that gets Ito swinging. Strike 3 for Mason Miller. That's the nasty slider right there because it just drops straight down into the dirt. Can't really do anything about it. Good pitch there for Mason Miller. Starts like at arm level and just drops straight to your feet. It's crazy. So out number 1 for Team USA in the bottom of the 9th. 2 more to go. Rojo's up next. He will look at a slider over and in by his chest for ball number 1. So definitely no chance Brazil is going to score 11 runs to win this, but they've always a chance they could score 1. Ball 2 there on another slider. Rojo did not swing at all. Lucas Rojo does have an RBI. His lone hit was a single, RBI single, but we need a pretty thing more than just a single to get an RBI here. Fastball just outside the zone makes it 3-0 in the count. My guess is Rojo will not swing here at 3-0 and just take a pitch. I would have to assume. He will take a pitch. Fastball right at the top of the zone for strike number 1. 3-1 here. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. 15-5. Runner on first. Pinch runner as well. Have not seen a stolen base attempt yet. Rojo will pop this one up and out of play for a foul ball to make it 3-2. So kind of the opposite of last batter where he went 0-2 to 3-2 is now gone from 3-0 to 3-2. And once again, Mason Miller is a strike away from getting an out. See if he goes back to that slider again. Probably a good bet that's going to happen. I mean, I think he's only really got the 2 pitches. You got the fastball slider, and you only really need it. There is the slider, there is the strikeout. So back-to-back batters, he gets the strikeout on the slider basically down in the dirt. Really nice pitch again. So the command for Mason Miller might not be the most spectacular in the world, but he's doing his job so far. Another one that's like basically at mid-chest level and then just drops straight down. And then really nice pitch there from Mason Miller. 1 more batter to go. Victor Mascai, who does have that 2-run home run. Made it interesting for a second. Did take strike 1, so it is 0-1 here. So 2 strikes to go. Will swing through a fastball. 100 miles per hour right through the middle of the zone for strike 2. 1 strike away for Team Brazil, or not Team Brazil, for Team USA claiming their first victory in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Can Mason Miller close it out here? He will throw a fastball. Looks like it could have been called strike 3 at the bottom corner of the zone. Was not called strike 3. 1-2 instead. Still, the crowd is starting to feel it. They are on their feet. Will Mascai be able to survive and keep Brazil in the game, or will Mason Miller close it out here? Fastball up high. Mascai does not go after it. 101 on the velocity, though it was well high the zone. 2-2. I feel like the out's it's almost certainly gonna come on the slider. I feel like that slider has to show up now. There it is. Does he go? Oh, he calls it strike anyway. Strike 3. There it is. Game, set, match. 15-5. Not sure if they're calling it on the swing or on the location. Either way, game over. Team USA with the victory. 15-5. The 17 walks certainly help. The 10 hits also certainly helps. But Aaron Judge led off the game with a 2-run home run. Only home run for Team USA in this game. A lot of just hits, a lot of walks, good plate discipline, solid pitching overall. Michael Walker ran into a bit of a hiccup later in the game, but overall, very, very, very nice performance for Team USA here in the World Baseball Classic. So, all right, that will do it for this stream. I don't know if there's another Team USA game next Friday, but I'm gonna try and do Fridays as baseball streams, especially once we get into the MLB. And I'll try and figure out a way to get I want to get a way to do the game cast, have the game cast be have this thing going on and not have it be 5 minutes ahead of my TV broadcast. But if not, I'll just keep it on the ESPN thing. But we'll see. We will see what happens. But yeah, that will do it. Next stream will be next Thursday. I'm gonna keep playing through Super Metroid. And then we'll see if I have stream next Friday. But if not, if there's no other like WBC stuff on Fridays. Definitely expect during regular season for MLB. I'm also going to be streaming opening day for the Orioles. And yeah, I'll see if I can stream at least one other World Baseball Classic game. We'll see. But yeah, that will do it. Yeah, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And anything you'd like to do, and feel free to keep tuning in. And thank you very much for watching.